Are we rolling? All right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Sorry We're Dabbing podcast. I'm Cameron.
I'm Dewey.
I'm Johnny.
I'm Tiger.
And today we have some special guests, owner and top manager at Piffingtons Cannabis Co.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Raj and Justin.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. A big honor.
Thanks for coming by. So I guess first question I got. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Sorry if you hear a torch. Sorry, we're dabbing. Johnny's going in on
Big hits. Yes, sir.
Firing up his control tower here. So I guess first question, where'd you get the name Piffington?
Growing up, when we would get high-grade flour, a word that we used to use for slang term was piff.
Piff, yeah.
And my, twist on it was piff in tons. So loud grade in tons. And to give it a little bit more of a regal feel and a little bit more welcoming, we went with Piffingtons.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Dope,
awesome.
man.
I kind of figured that, but, for the listeners that might even be a little bit younger, too, I think that was like a hot term in the mid-2000s.
Yeah,
right?
90s, you got it.
Days.
There you go, bro.
If you don't know Dipset, that's a different podcast. another episode.
To this day, the group chat with my homies is called Piff Tokers.
No way. There you go.
So he knows.
Yeah.
And so you guys have a few locations.
Yes, we got the original one was out in Kitchener. Started off with that one, and then we made our move to Milton. Had great success there, and we finally made our position in Brampton.
Nice.
And that's our flagship store.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Well, and again, we've brought it up in the cast before, but we are in Oakville where there are no legal dispensaries. So I know Milton's just a hop, skip, and a jump. So that's probably the closest one to us.
Yeah.
If you're ever nearby Squish House and you want to stop by. Yeah.
Definitely
Most
similar
definitely.
vibe to our shop too. It's very hip hop oriented and stuff like that.
That was I was gonna say the vibe at your guys' spot's a little different. More like a feel you would get at Squish House, I think too, right?
The vibes are very similar, man.
Yep.
And I think that's why one of the reasons why we do what we do is to connect people to the culture, man. And obviously, even seeing you guys the first time we came, it just felt at home. It really felt like
that's what we wanted. Yeah.
Okay.
That same exact feel. Hell yeah. So I guess another question I have is you're on the Sorry We're Dabbing podcast, so obviously we're predominant dabbers. What are you noticing in the dispensary? Like what moves
what's the hot
most often? Do you find
what's the new
concentrates are big, or is it still flower is the winner? Or?
Concentrates definitely move. The customers that come in for the concentrates are definitely different from the average customer that comes in for like say flower or whatever the case is. Like,
they're very particular to what they're looking for. And obviously individuals from what I've seen, that are dabbing, there's a sense of quality that they're looking for.
Absolutely.
And they're willing to spend that extra $1 because they're getting quality over quantity.
Damn, Johnny.
And even our menu, we try to...
Smoke down here again. Big hit, man.
Iron lungs.
biggest.
Well, we titled him Big Hit Man, and I'm sure I don't even know if all these guys have seen Kids. Like I got
haven't
it up
even
there,
seen Kids.
but
Yeah,
I stole it from the
yeah.
Kids movie.
I know
right?
it though.
It's something I've noticed. Like, not every dispensary is quite hip to the hash world, like the heady, for the heady scene. Like, this is what we're into is, a lot of us, Tiger and Johnny can attest, they both smoke flower pretty regularly. I do here and there, dibble dabble. I know Dewey is predominantly hash, right? But I notice with the legal market, like you go into one dispensary and it's like they have all sorts of different hash.
Yeah.
They've got the stuff that we're kind of hearing is the stuff right now. And then you'll go into other dispensaries and literally that you're lucky if they even have anything, right?
Shatter,
so,
they'd be like, oh yeah, we have some.
it's like just maybe black, like hash, like
that too,
old school hash, right?
See, before I worked with Piffingtons and at Piffingtons, when I used to look at another dispensary's menu, like if I was in between buys kind of thing, the first place I would go to is their concentrate menu.
Yeah, you want to see, right? Yeah,
and if their
what are they
concentrate,
carrying?
yeah, absolutely. And if their concentrate menu wasn't lit, then I could almost 9 times out of 10 you could go to their flower menu and it was the same thing.
Same outcome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've been to a dispensary in Burlington. I actually don't remember the name, but I walked in and I was looking at their concentrate menu and I was like, do you guys ever get hash rosin? The guy's like, whoa, man, that sounds crazy. I was like, wait, you don't even know what it is? Like, I was just so surprised. Like, I thought, don't they educate you on these things? Like, isn't that part of it?
Well, to the extent, yeah, my brother, and I think it really comes down to who's running the show at some of these places, right?
Absolutely.
And in the starting, a lot of people came into the cannabis world thinking that anyone and everyone can sell something. And a lot of people are realizing really quickly that that's not the case. You can't just buy something on the assumption that someone's going to always buy it. If you're not the person behind the counter, but also the person on the other side of the counter, smoking, trying, and seeing what the product's
You're
about.
selling sand to a beach.
Exactly.
You know?
So
It's like, I have that. I don't need that. They want something new, something. I don't know. The price needs to be amazing, or what it is needs to be amazing. Something needs to pop out at them. And
I think you can definitely tell who's procuring a menu at a dispensary by taking a look at the menus. Some like you'll see that a lot of dispensaries more or less follow the same recipe when it comes to making a menu, and it's like, what can we bring in for the least amount of money and sell for the most amount of money kind of thing. And then there's other dispensaries that are, bringing in brands that don't necessarily have the millions of dollars behind marketing and whatever else, and it's just through hearsay, mainly through social media.
And then there's just people who, want to turn a quick buck and they see dollar signs behind cannabis. And,
100%.
I've heard of dispensary owners doing things like, here's I'm talking more in Saskatchewan, so it's a little bit different out there. You deal directly with distributors, or
that would be blessed.
or with LPs. Yeah, so there is middlemen, but they're different.
It's not the OCS.
It's not the OCS, so there's other middlemen, but it's done in a different way. So
100%.
I mean, there's definitely pros and cons to both, in my opinion. But what I was going to say was, I've heard I talked to a couple dispensary owners out there. They did ridiculous things like, oh, we have $30,000 for opening inventory. They just went to the distributor like, here, can you just curate us a bunch of stuff?
Jeez.
Wow.
And
you're essentially putting your business in their hands.
Yeah, your distributor.
that's a lot.
It's a lot of trust in your distributor. How do you know your distributor is just not trying to offload their oldest product or their oldest stock just to kind of get it out.
100%.
Get by themselves.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
That's scary, man. Because if you're coming independently and you're not knowing what you're buying, then why are you in the business?
Because like he was touching on earlier, you see the money signs behind it because
of
a
course,
lucrative business for some, right? But this is always going to be an industry that has its rules set out. Like it's been around from time.
Quality surpasses the.
Culture is king, man.
Yeah.
And quality is always going to be better than quantity for most. And for some, it'll be the other way around for a while until they realize the
stinks nice.
the light on the other side of the tunnel.
That's something
Get
with
it.
GMO. Is that GMO?
That's the 33rd. Yeah, the
Yeah.
root beer GMO root beers.
Okay.
That's what I had
How
as
do I
well.
know that one?
That stinks nice.
So, you guys just came from the Milton shop.
Yeah, you got it, my brother. Yeah.
So, if I walked into the Milton shop today and asked you for your best bag of weed, what would it be?
In my opinion, you can't go wrong with any black market products, honestly, from the procurement of the product to the overall experience with the terp profile. Cake and Caviar is another one of theirs as well. Ghost Drops, honestly, does a great job creating great flower. The only thing that I would say for that is if we can get it at a better price point to get it in more people's hands, they can understand the quality of flower. BC Black is a great prominent brand as well from the West Coast. They work with a lot of micro growers, craft growers, and we really like supporting them because you're not just getting it from one, say, garden. You're getting from all the gardens that they work with. And the beauty of that is you're not just only getting from one grower, you're getting your chances of a selection of how people grow, right?
Try some of this, try some of that.
Top three, those would be mine right there, man. Justin, for yourself?
Done Cannabis is in there too. They got a nice one out right now called Grateful Breath. It's Stupid Frosty for OCS.
That's like a Grateful Dead kind of. That's like,
anything like he said, anything black market, anything Avant Cannabis is really nice right now.
The Cake and Caviar, because it's a rotating lot. First time around, we got waffles in there. Second time around, now we got lemon loaf. And then one that I'm actually excited for is the blueberry yum yum.
Yeah.
Okay. Some old school legacy, strains coming in. And I think that's the other thing the market is missing is there's so much misrepresentation of strains being renamed, something that's not close to the black market. And I think people do look for those legacy strains, like myself, man.
Yep.
They're allowing that now.
OGs.
They are.
Like,
On the back of the
Yeah.
packaging, they'll put it. But you'll never see like chocolate tie on the actual packaging.
At
or
first
Jack
it was
Hare.
way more
Oh,
restricted.
you mean like
It was
OG,
worse
OG
before,
strain
yeah.
names?
Yeah.
It's weird you don't see much of that. You're right.
Because they want to take
Well,
away from the black market, right?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, like, let's face it, the black market, we've we've all had, you generally don't go back to those dealers, but you always have your connect that rename shit. That's very common. So it's the exact same thing. So it's not surprising that it's happening in the legal industry as well.
There's some dispensaries out there, specifically in Brampton, that are like flying under the radar type thing, and they're essentially operating outside of OCS. So OCS can't regulate them. No one can really regulate them, and they're doing the same thing. And essentially what they're doing,
scary.
Essentially what they're doing is they're buying off of like your bulk websites and whatever else, and they're renaming it to whatever else and charging whatever else prices. For instance, I've had a customer walk into the store and ask me for a flower that was over 60% THC. Really asked.
Physically impossible.
And it was
they
upset.
Were fed
that as
absolutely.
And like that's how it is. Being told that and not knowing the industry, you're like, oh, perfect, let's go.
Yeah, and then they're genuinely upset when I told them that like it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And he's not upset with you. He's upset with
the guy who sold him the wrong pack last time, right?
Yeah. Honesty's the policy, man. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Whack. I didn't know that was going on. That's scary.
There's some of that, yeah.
But that's where it comes down to us to really build relationships with the LPs.
Absolutely.
And to communicate with them. And honestly, that's the biggest thing for us is like knowing who we're dealing with. Regardless that the OCS is distributing the product, it's very important for us to actually talk to the guys that are on the ground floor to give us insight of what they're actually growing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No, definitely.
What do you smoke?
That part.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be surprised how many LPs came in to our store. And the first question I asked right off the bat, do you smoke?
Can confirm.
And a lot of them have been poached from the liquor, or from the alcohol sales. And they think that they can do the same tactics. And I can just tell by a person, I can tell by their lips if they smoke weed or not. Just because you can tell, man. It's just, But that's the hard part.
Money, right? They see dollar signs, so they're like,
it's very
I'm going to get into this.
Discouraging because now if they're just saying something to you just to say that, it just kind of misleading in a sense where we can't trust you. If you can't be honest about your product to us, then how can we be honest about that?
I got to play devil's advocate and say, hey, like, what if they just don't smoke? Like, what if they have emphysema or something, or they just don't like smoking and they consume a different way? But they can still be passionate about the product and still be representing what, like, they have experts.
You're talking about a very small, minute.
Yeah,
exactly. Somebody you're talking about.
They could exist. The question is, do they?
That's what
Like, there's one person out there.
It works for the argument's sake, but in reality, I understand.
The majority of the people that
because the same thing happens, though. The same thing happens in our game. Shops open, shops close because they say, oh, it's legal now. I'm going to open a shop. Oh, this shop does this. So we'll kind of do what they do. It's not about that. Like it is more than you can't just open and think it's going to happen, man. If you're opening a glass shop, I can't attest to a dispensary. It's a different realm. But if you're opening a glass shop, it's not the thing that I would open thinking, oh, wow, this is going to make me a millionaire. No. You're doing it because you love this. You want to wake up. Culture.
Exactly.
You want to wake
something
up.
that you enjoy.
That's
my biggest thing is interacting with the customers, and I'm sure you agree about that as well.
Definitely.
Talking about the product and talking about the gentleman or the person that made this, sharing their story to the customer.
We can say today we had a customer come in from Jersey.
Yeah.
I asked him, where are you from? New Jersey.
Yeah.
He's like, I was just coming through. Shout out to Jersey. Came through Niagara Falls, stopped at Higher Society on the way, came and saw us. And he's like, I've been seeing all these different artists on my Instagram, but they're not at my shop. Yeah. Like, I know Jams, I know Broski, I know, so-and-so, so and such. And yeah, we were talking maybe 45 minutes. He was hanging out, and that's
a customer for life.
And it's like somebody, They didn't necessarily come to Canada to come to Squish House, but it was their 6-month anniversary, and they came to check out Toronto, and Squish House was part of the destination.
That's such a memorable
That's
experience for them too, man.
Yeah. So that's what it's about.
100%.
It's about that experience, and so I can attest to, like, some people just see, like, I'm gonna do this, it's just gonna be money for me, but and hey, if it is, awesome, great for you. But I mean, I think the passion shows, and I think that's what, right now, again, going back, Oakville doesn't have any dispensaries. And I know I've spoke to the mayor, about it. I just said, like, he came around here and asking, what do we need? Parking is a big thing in the area. But the other thing I said is, listen, I don't have any aspiration to be a dispensary, but I'm telling you, the people here want a dispensary. They're coming in all the time. Like,
we see people from there as well,
the
too,
reason
right?
He said was, we don't have any control over it. Once we say yes, we can never say no. And once we say yes, they can put them anywhere. As many. I can't. I don't have regulation over how many. And I said, but you know what?
Let them do it.
Like
a garden, man.
Let them do it because you're gonna see a bunch open
like
all across.
Stretch your plans.
If there's 12 pizza places on the block, the ones that are diehard that are like doing it for the passion of it,
blood.
they're gonna be there, and the
yeah.
other ones that were just thinking, you know, I can
Quick
get
money.
ingredients for a cheaper price and put something together or whatever their mind frame might have been. It's not gonna work. Like. It'll pan itself out, but I do understand that concern because you do see it. You see it wherever
Well, we
there's
see it ourselves too in Brampton,
Totally,
Milton,
right?
for instance,
But which
right?
ones will stay?
Yeah.
The ones that were cultures.
Like you were going back. You look, if they don't have concentrates, you're not even looking at their flower menu. You're not alone in that. Are there other customers that don't give a shit? For sure. There's ones that just want a pre-roll, whatever. They'll go in there. But the ones that are really buying this and are into this, they're going to go to places that, like you say, feel like a home setting. I've been in a few of them. I still got to go to your guys' establishment. We'll check it out for sure. But the few that I've been in, I don't want to say it was super awkward, but one time that Dewey and I went,
cold experience, right?
People like go chop. Okay, what do you want
Like a
next?
butcher
Next,
house.
It's almost like ordering a drink at a
Yeah.
club. It was
I
just like
mentioned-
literally, it's like I don't even go to
Well, we
nightclubs,
mentioned-
but that's what I
we
imagine.
mentioned
it's
we're
like.
from Squish. I don't think these people have to
They
be like
even
we
know.
know, but they didn't care. They're like, whatever. What did you want? Like, you know, and I'm just like, all right, whatever,
Damn.
right?
They
Yeah,
don't,
you
they don't
know?
embody it. That's the thing too, as well, right?
Well, that's
so when we bring people into our team, brother, it's very particular because one person can offset the vibes between all of us. And that's the way we tell our team that we should be able to go in each other's homes. When I mean homes, like stores, and not feel like, oh, I'm stepping on this one. It's like, hey, it's good to see you. How's the team been?
Exactly.
What are you guys up to? And that's where a lot of people are going to have shortcomings because, like you said, they're in it for the wrong reasons. And I get for the first year that we started our business, it was hard work. It was struggles. It was a time where I had to pay myself, 3 months back salary this month.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing it for that. The money will come.
That's it.
But for me, when I get calls from my customers, like, hey, man, I had a great experience with Justin. I had a great experience with, Chris or Moses or Cassandra.
Shout out Big C.
Yeah. And that's where, honestly, that's what it makes him. Like, I have customers like, yo, man, like, you just sold me this. I just had an amazing experience. Thank you for that. And for me, that means more because at least I know they went home having a positive, good energy
My
vibes.
favorite thing at Squish House, like today, I was selling a carb cap, and I asked him, was like, "What do you like? What do you like in a carb cap?" And he like looked at me and he was like, "Wow." Almost like
I've never been asked.
Thank you for asking. Yeah, right? Yeah,
he was like, "I
100%.
want something really tight, restrictive," and I was like, "The digs are nice," and also this. What was the other one?
But it's very personal,
but I gave
right?
like 2 or 3.
They're
I
gonna,
was like,
they're gonna
these two are
remember
the
you
jams.
for
I was like,
a
the
very
jams,
long
the
time.
Exactly.
Jamplo,
Exactly.
Jam, Stig. All solid caps.
Oh, that's it. So, you guys need a dab. It looks like.
What do you want to
What
do?
do you guys
Please and
want to
thank you.
dab on?
Stuff here.
There's also what they brought. I don't know if we.
Oh,
you wanna
yeah.
crack?
Let's
Crack
yeah.
it, brother.
How do we wanna do
Sorry, we're dabbing.
How do we want to do
Right,
this?
It doesn't matter. We can do. I'll leave that to. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Crack it, man. You guys do the honor.
Johnny.
You
You
try
guys do
something
the honors,
else.
man.
Yeah.
What's everybody smoking today?
Yeah.
I got a bunch of the 33rd.
So what did they bring? I must say what
Okay,
they brought
one at
here.
a time.
It was Artisan Batch, OG Funk Live Rosin.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Top shelf, craft brand.
Hell yeah.
Heard good things from a couple of
let's-
our customers that come in for the concentrates.
Here's what we'll do. We'll do some of this, and then you guys do some whatever you're
Blast.
feeling. We'll split flavors. We'll spit flavors out, and you can pick what you want, and then we'll get the kind of take. What
color looks good.
You don't have to compare, but just
I
kind
like the
of.
smell.
What did we think of
I think it'll
everything?
dab well.
We have a rating system, so we'll all break it down and see what we think.
I'm definitely gonna smell some of this stuff. Yeah.
Up to par or what?
Smells interesting. It
I
smells
mean, smell this
familiar.
first.
Smells familiar.
What's that
Damn,
one?
it smells like it has a nice sweetness to it.
That's a
Flapjacks.
flapjacks. Cam and I gave that a 9+.
That literally smells like.
It's like a very
flapjacks.
GMO
it
almost
smells like
flavor.
there's like syrup on it or something.
Yeah.
It's got a nice consistency.
I like
to it
that
for
jar
sure.
already.
It's actually not a bad
That
jar.
jar?
for
The legal jar?
This is some super lemon haze.
Ooh. Which one's this one?
That's by Kind.
Sweet.
Just put it in the
Kind?
show. Yeah,
Kind
Man,
Selections.
this is beautiful, bro.
So clear, milky.
I just tried some of that.
That's live resin.
Super funky, man.
Try some of that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try some.
What, the GMO root beer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Smell like root beer or more like GMO? Do you mind?
that's crazy. for
GMO. It
consistency.
definitely smells more like GMO.
Yeah,
The taste
right.
is slightly different
Do you
though.
like
minty.
GMO
Wow.
strains?
Well, the first time I actually did it properly, like I did it in my adolescence with some guys that were just really kind of new to the system.
Yeah.
You know, the temperature was too hot, it burned going down,
Kind selection.
you know, to a point where I almost blacked out. But when I had
Yeah,
that experience with Justin, it was a lot more pleasant. And it kind of honestly made me feel like I've been missing out on a lot.
Definitely. I know what you mean. Like, okay, so one of the things on the wheel,
pledge.
and actually we do temp this now. We kind of cheat with this thing.
Yeah.
But that's a punishment on the wheel, is smoking through the titanium
Gotcha.
setup, right?
Because the
It's
e-nailer
funny
I
that that's your
found too,
punishment.
compared to the blowtorch, I found the e-nailer was a lot more pleasant because the consistency temperature of
the
it.
temperature. So what you really, okay, I'll agree on that. But what you really need to do then, when you are doing a torch, are you
Yeah.
using any kind of temp device?
No.
or-
No,
He's
that's
had-
what he
he's
takes
had
the
a
lead,
That's
very-
man.
why.
Yeah,
If you get the
His
if you get-
introduction, let's just call it a non-introduction.
if you use the blowtorch
Yeah.
and you
That
hit
was
it at the
mine
right
too
temp,
for a long time.
It took it the
Yeah,
same
this is
effect.
why I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
sharp.
Or have you
I
ever
was like,
tried a
please
cold
come,
start?
please
No.
kinda
We
cool.
did that.
This is like
that
literally
one.
his
Cold
first-
start's
first-
probably a good
first,
way for you to
like,
start, just
It's more
because.
lighter as it kind of builds up, right?
No, I was gonna say it's easier to get like the right dab. So all you
With
do
no
is
temp device.
yeah, you literally just put your dab in and you heat
Start
it
it
up,
up.
and
You're essentially
as soon as you see some bubbles, put a cap on
Love
and
it.
start inhaling.
I love
I
it.
honestly want to give you an example, but I need to recover.
Take a minute.
I was gonna smoke some of that, but I just
Here, this is how.
Fuck, man.
oh, you just did another one.
No, yeah, I had some of the GMO. Recovery.
So
We're
blessed.
I'm gonna have to check the timestamp. It's probably like 5 minutes. Everyone's gonna.
I think it's just a batch that didn't make far. To be honest,
What's
that's what it
that?
smells like to me. I'm saying this. This smells really. It smells really like first class funk.
First class funk.
Yeah, and
So
all I'm gonna say
Artisan
about
Bash
that.
works with like a lot of Ontario craft.
Yeah,
and
I'm
microbrewers.
familiar with.
Bless.
I'm familiar with the brand.
Pass that over.
Oh, I didn't even pass it to you.
No, I smelled it. but
And I
didn't
think
grab
that
it.
one was processed by someone. Fuck, it's gonna slip my mind, but it's on social media for sure. It was someone reputable as well.
I don't know who processed this one though.
That's the Puffco, right? With the extension on it?
Yeah, we got Puffco with some custom
Bless.
glass.
So where'd you get that one from, man?
So we actually didn't talk about our glass today. So
Yeah. Not because I've seen the other one, but
yeah,
they're very
so
obviously simple.
this
That's
is,
obviously some
this
custom
is-
hardware there.
Yeah, this is by Blazed. It's all purple amber. It's a Taurus.
Amazing.
It's clearly full sized. So I needed a little wooden base on here.
And you guys milled that too as well, custom for that?
No, I got this. Cam gave this to me actually.
Yeah,
Oh, that's very
we
nice
got
of him.
that from a guy from
Who
a place
does
who
Yeah.
makes things.
Cam, do you remember who did this?
Oh, it's a guy in Texas.
See, I told you. I was right.
He makes it.
Damn,
I know it's a guy.
He's gonna kill me too. Something pours. I'll look it up.
Is that
Well,
PM Dabcraft or
If we don't have it, we'll put it in the
No,
comments or
Yeah,
we'll put it in the
I'll
description.
find it. We had that and a few Dabrite stands
Yeah. Okay.
from him.
We'll put it. We'll put it in the. We apologize, but we'll definitely put it in the description for you guys. And yeah, just got a matching Q-tip holder. I think this is the one I was talking about with Borrowman when he was here last week, and Pendy's also by Borrowman. Shout out Borrowman.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah, yeah. That's he dropped that off.
Yeah, and then the cap by Dig.
Oh yeah, he dropped that pendant off after the last podcast.
Yes, sir.
So I brought out my K-Cycler again,
Nice.
and I am using Corey
Corey
Light
cap.
bulb
Light
cap.
bulb cap. Nice.
And today, no control tower. I decided to go with the V3,
Okay.
highly educated V3 gavel.
Still in the highly educated family.
Yep, still in the fan. But
Hey.
no slurper.
Me too.
What'd you got? What'd you bring?
I
What'd you
have
bring?
a
What'd you bring?
Champ Blue that I recently got in a trade with Johnny. He pried my Robertson out of my hands. And I got a V2 30 mil
Okay.
onto it. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Johnny,
how
what
small the
you
glass
rocking?
is in
What
person.
did I bring today? This is a 3-way collab rig.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
So 3 artists are Tits, Ika, and Kirill.
What are the colors? Describe it for the listeners.
So we got a dark translucent purple. Like it's pretty see-through, but it's a nice dark purple. I'm pretty sure it's greasy. It's a greasy purple. I don't know which one. They make a lot of purples, I think. The black is actually dark amethyst. It's actually, I think, just a really, really dark purple. Yeah, but it almost looks black because it's dense. And then we have slime accents. So
and the joint, nice. The whole joint and like stem down is a woman's body. I like that.
It is.
Yes. Definitely where the tits collab came in.
Yeah.
And the color. I think there's only it's like super rare rig. Technically, I think there's like 3, 4, maybe
three at least, maybe 4 of those made. And all different. All were totally different.
Yeah, this was my favorite colorway, and this was the one that ended up coming to Squish It House. So I mean, I naturally had to scoop it. I just love the colors on it. It looks incredible.
Very nice.
The sculpting's awesome. The function's great with a slurper, so it's win-win.
It's a nice piece to look at for sure, man. I missed the knockouts.
And I'm rocking the control tower as usual. I'm addicted.
It is top tier for sure. So now you're gonna go in on the
GMO
33rd
root beer.
GMO root beer. What are you going in on? You got
I'll let you guys take the lead on that one, man. I'm not gonna be picky.
Put a bunch of
here, I have one no one else has.
All right, I'm gonna just.
I have the Sunday Driver.
Oh, that's a good. That's a good one.
Okay.
There we go. We're gonna go with which
Wilson
was it?
Zero.
Wilson Zero.
That's a good one.
All right. Hoping to get lost on the way home.
if you hit the GMO root beer one,
there's like a very orange flavor in the back there, no?
That one is a heavy hitter for sure.
Oh yeah.
I just tried that.
But yeah,
Once
Wilson,
again, appreciate
anything
it, guys.
Hermit Wood, anything third. So that's a good question. Do you buy any black market stuff?
I'll be honest, man. Ever since I've got into the legal game, I really haven't gravitated towards the
that
black
makes
market
sense, for sure.
And one of the biggest reasons, I guess, for me is to know that there's certain practices that are happening in the back end when it comes to making sure, especially with flour, that there's no mildew, mold, and some of these other products that you might
definitely.
see.
Yeah.
Mind you, I still participate where, if I do find some good fire that I want to keep as Percy weed, I most definitely will take the opportunity to put that in my repertoire. And that's the same thing like with rosin, right? You want to try as much as possible. There's always so many growers, so many people doing the same type of thing. You continuously want to just taste.
Oh,
right?
definitely. And then it is, with it being what it is and how much people see it does go for, you do get a lot of questionable stuff. But, there is definitely some stuff out there that's
I've been actually really enjoying
top tier. So hopefully you enjoy it. Like, I know Hermit Wood for a
a lot
fact,
more, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Hermit Wood for a fact will be clean the 33rd.
Yeah.
Any kind of like Lost Boys. I think you'd enjoy it, honestly.
No, I have
So
some
we'll
buddies
see.
that
We'll get
still
your feedback.
squish and like kind of make their stuff. And a few of them you may know. They're,
Okay.
so-
Yeah.
Well, they're from Craft Masons, Big
Okay.
519 Smoke.
Yeah.
And I've had the pleasure to meet him through a good buddy of mine.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
We
He's a
just
good
still
grower.
converse, and he grows some dank, and I just
Like, that's the thing. Like,
that's the love of it.
and then that's the funny thing, like how you're saying the quality, and that's, we'll talk to some of these guys, and it's like the way they go on about the passion and clean, like how cleanliness, and they just do this on their own mind frame of having to have
That's
the top
how it
tier
is with
product.
flour sometimes. Like, I'll
You know
take your
what
ear off about flour with you. 'cause,
Right?
yeah.
So these are the people you want to spend your money with, because it's
Yeah.
like, okay, if this guy is this passionate, but it's like they're as passionate about making the hash as you are about
Exactly.
having your spot.
Yeah.
Me do, like, it's like
100%,
when
man.
it
We
goes
take
there,
pride in
and you
it.
can see the difference. You can taste the difference. You can
The experience
tell,
is
right?
just unparalleled, right?
Exactly.
But
All right,
can
so
go in
these
there
guys
first?
need torches too. You got him going.
so what are you guys aiming at right now for him?
480.
480? Okay. Yeah, I'm still a rookie, man. If I ask some silly questions, it's not because
Oh, don't worry. We're taking no offense.
like I'll be honest, at home, I got a PAX that I've been using for concentrates. The max it goes at 420. I'm just being real with you, right?
Oh, I know. I've
know
tried
it's,
to use it for
I was telling
concentrates,
Justin,
and I was like, this is
bring in,
questionable.
I was like, I'm bringing a spoon to a gunfight here with my
Yeah.
tools if I were to
Plastic
walk
spoon,
in. Yeah, right?
Killer cheek slap.
But that's where it's like, I never had a lot of friends in the circle that really dabbed. So it never really came up to conversations like, hey, you want to hit a dab? Never really got exposed to it.
No, I don't blame
as
you.
much
Like,
as I did.
Yeah.
Growing up, it was just more like, rolling joints, rolling blunts. And then time to time, if we were lucky, we got hash. We got some, cannabis oil. No one in our circle ever came, hey, I got some new rosin, right? And it was just
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I feel like I
time.
missed out on a lot when it came to certain things that I would have been able to try growing up.
Yeah.
But even now, it's just like a kid in a candy store with this stuff now, man. I haven't had the...
So,
yeah.
Being new to dabs, what are some of the things that you've kind of found early on that you don't like or you do like?
The things I would say I do
Not
like,
even in terms of product, but just
the flavor is something that I've been really enjoying, as well as the method of it. Obviously, there's no direct fire, so it's quick, more effective. That's the one thing that I benefit, honestly, therapeutically, for my pain management. I find that it's so much more better, alleviate some of the pain at the end of the night. But when it comes to the flavor, that's where you really get to taste the plant in its purest essence, I feel like. So that's why it's like, I don't have to smoke a whole joint to get the flavor.
Yep, you get it all in one
within
toke.
that one, and it's like, wow. You really get to really understand that plant that much more, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely all positives.
Right, there we go.
You have no idea.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, Cuddy.
So kill him.
I know. I was gonna say, I feel like I shouldn't be the one getting this guy dab.
Who, me?
Yeah.
My dab my cherry tonight.
Whatever you think, half of that.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Quarter even.
Yeah.
Of a gram? Nah, even like a 0.2, 0.3.
No, a quarter of what I had on here.
Well, mind you, we
not
did
not a quarter gram, not at all.
we did about 4 dabs in the first hour, and I kid you not, when I did the third one, and the third one must have been on the slurper, I felt it leave from the top of my head, reciprocate to the bottom of my feet, and I was like, oh yeah, I can feel this like through my veins right now. Like, mind you, I wanted to jump around and just like, I don't know what. It was just what I got from it.
Yeah, you get that warm feeling that just runs through. Yeah.
100%.
Experiencing that personally right
Behind the
now.
eyes.
There you go, right?
Behind the eyes. Behind the eyes. Yeah.
So
The flavor too, man.
no, I spoke prematurely.
All right.
All right. So I have my review for the OG Funk Live Rosin.
Whoa, that was fast. I don't
Fuck, I didn't
Puffco.
even think
Puffco, baby.
Can I use that for
I gotta get
It has to have some positives, right?
Definitely.
Damn, he fast.
Yeah, man.
So for consistency, I really like the consistency. Say that's a 21 out of 25 for me. Smell, I really like the smell. So I gave it a 20 out of 25.
Alrighty.
But here's where things took a turn. So I felt like it was very much a catfish. That's probably the best way to put it. So it was, I didn't like the taste didn't come through. So what I smelled didn't come through in the dab for
The
me.
actual flavor.
Yeah. I dabbed it at 480 on the Puffco, so not exactly super cold, not exactly super hot. Definitely, and then so lackluster there. So I gave it a 15 out of 25. Like, and I gave it a 15, so I gave it a little bit of a boost. I didn't like the taste that came through personally. It was like almost like a burnt tire, but not in a pleasant way.
Yeah.
Whoa, I'm gonna dab this stuff, man.
And then,
smells good.
but
It
it
smells
does
like
come
dough.
like the burnt tire does come through a little bit. So, I have to give it points for intensity, I guess. So I gave it a 15 out of 25. And the high wasn't bad. So I gave it a 17 out of 25 for a total of 7.3 out of 10.
Bless.
All right, your dab's coming up. We're in the
Alright.
520s.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm waiting until 480 like, at least, but I'm just saying it's coming up.
I'm gonna try this stuff Tiger just roasted.
All right, folks.
I got 7.3. It wasn't
I
like
know, I
it
know.
didn't. It wasn't.
You talked it down and then you gave it a good score.
But it smelled way better than it.
Yeah,
than
I'm
it
smelling dough.
Yeah.
Should I just move the mic while I do it? What do you think?
It's not as pungent as the GMO root beer was on nose. I'll
You
give
can pick it up if you have
Yeah,
to.
it's not like it's not there, but I did like it.
Like
Other
when
way,
I
other
opened
way.
up every single one
Yep.
of your jars, I was definitely like,
That's
okay, there's expressions here of whatever this is supposed to be. When you told me the pancakes,
Yeah,
I was like,
rotate
yeah,
that
like
as
I
you
smell
inhale.
pancakes or the flapjacks.
Exhale. Yeah, don't hold it.
I missed that.
Don't hold it in.
Yeah, you don't need to hold it in. Yeah.
Sorry, we're dabbing, man.
That was blessed.
I love
It's,
that.
no, you feel it, man. Like straight head high, body. That was nice.
Tasty?
Yeah, it was delicious, man. I feel
Okay.
like maybe it was a little too much for my average lungs right now, but
We got big hit, man.
No, that was
We
good, man.
love
That was
this guy.
nice.
That's on us.
yeah.
Big hit gave him his first hit. That's not
Surprisingly,
bad,
even
though.
though that it was like through that process, it was really smooth.
Yeah, so terps really that irritate
Yeah.
your throat.
I'm gonna copy your score. I think that's.
No, that was nice, man.
That's about right.
Cheating it. What? Nah, you'll do your dad. I'm gonna say it anyway. Here, look. All right, I guess I got my tally in here.
You did
So-
yours too?
Yeah, I already did mine. Yeah,
There you go.
Okay, wait. Sorry.
I just did it though. Like I just finished.
Goddamn GMO root beer.
That tastes like the air that's in the package with the action figure, and I like it.
It didn't taste like tire to me. It didn't taste like tires, but I hit it on the rig
Interesting terp.
at around 550. Honestly, I went in a little early, 540, 550. So I said consistency 22. I liked the consistency on it. The smell, had to do like a deep inhale to really get it, but it was sweet. Like I guess a doughy, like you said, but I found like a little sweet, and I gave it a 21. It was good. Didn't kick me in the face, but like it's got a nose. Taste, I gave it a 20. It wasn't like I didn't get the tire at all, like the burnt tire, but like it didn't blow me away. But it wasn't like bad by any means. The taste, I actually got a little bit of the taste of what I was smelling. It was just same thing. It was
Action figure
it was a little bit. It wasn't like
The terps weren't high enough on
super,
that.
yeah, but like that's still what I tasted. It wasn't anything bad. And high, I gave it a 21. It's a nice buzz for sure. So that's an 8.4. 8.4.
I'd give it everything the same. I'd give it a 21 on the flavor though. I like the action figure. Eric gets a bonus
Right,
point.
so then you're 8.5.
Yeah.
What is action figure?
Action figure. Oh, this guy's got the oddest references.
love
for
You know when
for-
okay, so it's 2007 and you're opening a Bionicle. You just took off the tape and that smell. The smell of the manual and the bag. Like, it smells good. Man.
Yeah.
What
love
color
it.
Bionicle?
I used to like opening CD booklets.
The red one, the OG one. Yeah. Oh yeah, that smells good too.
CD booklets
Yeah.
and going through the book.
Or a cassette tape. That is a good scent.
No, cassette tapes, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good smell.
Nice must. Love that.
Well, they didn't have must, I guess, back when we were opening the cassette tapes.
Well, they're old.
Nowadays,
Yeah.
nowadays,
Must
if you're opening
included.
a new cassette tape, yeah. Oh man. Okay, and Johnny, you're just about to try it.
Yeah.
You reviewed. So then, what did you think of?
It was nice, man.
The
It was,
Wilson.
it was heavy hitting. Obviously, very cerebral right off the bat.
Yeah.
And most definitely we'll try that again, man.
Oh yeah. So that was Hermitwood.
Yeah.
And that stuff's proper for sure. And you can watch him wash and press and everything on like live. He'll be
Okay,
on IG,
amazing.
just
That's awesome.
going on live and answering questions if you have them. Like just super passionate about this game, you know, what we're doing. And then what did you think though? Because you did the GMO root beer.
is beautiful. You caught me in the middle of a thought, man. I was sitting there with like the OCS needs so much more of that transparency.
Yeah.
Like that culture would be a beautiful thing to bring over to the OCS
Yeah.
side.
It's cool. So, like a lot of the guys that are growing it, like
Growing to wash
washing
and
it,
then
and then
carrying.
pressing it themselves.
Oh yeah. Super passionate about their product.
Sorry, guys.
you know?
No,
Yeah,
you're
it's all
good,
good.
man.
You're
We're
good.
dabbing.
This is
Still,
a podcast where
still
we
marinating in
applaud,
there.
Good, man.
coughing and dying for sure.
I love the GMO root beer. I don't know your rating system.
You can just give it out of 10 with a decimal.
Out of 10, I mean, easily above 8, easily closer towards a 9. I'm going to say 8.5, 8.6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I really like the
I need to
flavor
smoke
on
more.
it.
It's hard for us to judge this one because, like, for me,
It's what you guys you guys are used to like.
it's a high 9 every time,
Yeah.
and it's you know
If I was smoking,
they're
from
killing
these
it right
rigs
now
with this
in
stuff all
our
the time,
game, for sure.
yeah.
I would say.
Jesus, Johnny.
Woo! There we go. Yummy.
Is Johnny trying the
Yeah.
the?
That's where half the jar went. Because by the time I got it, I say, what?
Yeah.
Don't tell people it tastes like action figure air before they buy it. Let them buy it first.
No, it's even that even smells.
Action figure air, man.
All right.
Bionicle OG.
Yeah, we're swimming in Bionicle.
What was it? The red one though.
Green. Mine was green.
Oh damn, the one that was going through the vines. That's tight. As long as it wasn't the water one. I never liked those with the extended heads. Lame.
That was Gen 2.
Yeah, lame. Really lame.
To be honest, I never got into Bionicles.
No,
I loved that as a kid.
My little brother does.
Not at all.
Love
Yeah.
that as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's
Slightly
what that hash
older.
reminds you
Yeah,
of.
me too.
Really?
Yeah.
Just that, because, hey, man, it's a couple years will really change what you're into for sure.
Yeah.
If you ever have 3 hours, look up the Bionicle lore. It's terrifying. It goes way too deep.
Yeah.
There's like an
Big
island
rabbit
with
hole.
a head. And it's living. It's terrifying. Don't look into it. Don't do it.
So a new customer comes into your store. Is like, I heard about dabs. What do you say? What do you do?
Right now, what we do is we have the Puffco pens to introduce them to it.
Mhm.
In future, what we want to be able to do is bring in dab rigs and a whole bunch of things. Just with our relationship with Squisha and just like the things that we know through Squisha. Like, I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest with you, the things
It's
that I've
hard
learned from
without a
them.
dab rig to sell somebody a jar of hash.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's different ways you can smoke hash rosin, but obviously
Yeah.
this is the best way, and
Yeah.
that's essentially what we came here to exemplify today too.
That's what we're about. Yeah.
Like,
No, and I think that's something that, honestly, at first I wasn't sure how it would be proceed, how like even dispensaries would even care really, because you see the markup on the other glass, and I know
most-
that a big portion of customers walking in, if they're not educated, don't care. So, and it's almost like your mind frame is, well, if they're buying something that I know is going to break in a month or 2 or 3, or maybe it lasts them, but it'll probably break. They'll be back. It's more money. Instead of having them maybe fall in love with it, and then they'll be back because they want more glass, right? It's not that they need it; it's they want it, right? And so, I mean, I definitely see now the dispensaries that are showing that you are seeing more and more popping up that have a little bit of artist glass, right? And
Artist
what
glass
you guys
is
were
the
saying is bringing
keywords.
some artist
Yeah.
glass in, right?
Yeah.
Like, I get that. The thing is, the reason why a lot of customers may not know is because they don't know. If you
That's
have
right.
it, then at
The
least
education
you're-
hasn't been there, right?
the
So-
introduction is key, and it was introduction for me. I hadn't heard about it until I was introduced by a few good friends, and then
Yep.
I came through, and immediately I fell in love with the vibe of the store. The same way I can tell it's people's first time in our store too.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
And you can almost see them like
they walk in and you see that
starting to
moment of
get
impact.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, holy shit, what, like, look at this place kind of thing. And it was the same thing when I walked in your store, and then some of the glass I bought off you, like, at first I was like, there's no way that the price is justified kind of
Yeah.
thing, right?
Well,
And then it
That's
is
how
what
most
it is.
people kind of think, right?
Absolutely.
Honestly.
And then I took it home, and the function on the glass and the longevity of the glass and just the difference in the quality of the smoke and all that, like flavors, like it sounds like you're overselling it, but it's absolutely not that.
No,
It's
you
a
can
totally different
absolutely tell.
experience.
110%.
And I think also it's just the fact, like, okay, like whether he's Canadian or not, our thing is they're all Canadian and
That part's
as local
also
as possible.
important too,
But
yeah.
in the end, it's an artist, like regardless where they're from, doesn't matter. Like realistically, it's just somebody who cares made that for you, not somebody who makes a paycheck. Hopefully, like you know what I mean. Wherever they are making that glass,
Class.
it's like it's just a job. It's
There's different
like,
glass out there for everybody. Like you were saying, there are those customers that are saying like, I'm going to break my glass. I don't want to spend too much on it. And okay, that's fine. We have you can offer production glass for that too.
Yeah.
But then there are going to be the customers that do want to dabble in like the nicer products and whatever else. And money's not necessarily an issue, and they can take care of their products. And then they're willing to go through like the learning curve of the new experience and all that stuff.
Exactly.
And for them to have an artist glass would be that step above.
Yeah.
Like another place.
Well,
is
and then
not
also it
offering.
means you guys now are
It's a-
selling more hash,
Yeah.
right? If you're selling different
Well,
artist
that too,
pieces,
but I
right?
think the biggest thing that I've seen looking from the outside in, like when you have those pieces there, brother, on your shelf, there's a story behind each of those things.
Yeah.
I think the moment for me is like when you bring something in and talk about it to a customer, it's that conversation that's the most unique part of the transaction.
Yeah.
They're going to buy that product from anywhere else as long as they're seeking it, looking for it. But it's like someone's spending like, $100 at a time for this. It's like talking about red wine.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to talk about the grapes.
Yeah.
They're going to talk about the dirt. They're going to, tell you and really build that brand. And that's why it's very important. I say like with certain products of cannabis, concentrates, whatever it is, you got your $9 bottle wine drinkers, you got your $15 drinkers, but then you got your vintage drinkers. And that's why it's very important to focus on what market you want to provide. You kind of look more towards on like the one of 100, unique as possible, like 60 years grown, but that's 60 years or like 20 years for a glass.
Yeah,
learning how to actually make their crates.
It's
right?
funny. It's funny you say that though, but in all reality, what we wanted to do was, like we'll have some of that stuff, but also like, hey, here's like the starting.
Introduction.
You can be introduced, and you don't. I get it. I'm not gonna lie and tell you we can match the price that you could go to a corner store or somewhere and get a setup. I know. I realize you could have a setup, torch in, and everything for like $80 or $100, but all of the stuff you just bought is all gonna not last very long, right? If you have a couple $100, $200, let's say, if you need a torch, $250 to $300, you could be totally set up with something that you would. The only reason we would see you again is because you want something else.
Yeah,
you'd want color.
You want, You're like, okay, now I love this, and I see that there's this that has this function or that,
and then a new nail.
But you
the functionality is very important that I've seen. Like,
we have customers. I've got the odd customer that they still smoke flower and bowls and this and that. They have a rig. They use that rig. That rig they love. It's their favorite, and it's the one rig they bought from us. Maybe it was a $300 rig. It's the rig that they've been using for almost 5 years now, and that's cool too because it's like they don't need another rig. Like that's dope because how much would you have spent before we got into this? I had already spent a couple G's before I actually found artist glass.
I spent hundreds of dollars,
and now it makes me angry because I could have had more artist glass, right? But you bought like garbage that broke.
No, but that's the experience of even someone starting, right?
Yeah.
Like I haven't bought my first one, so it's like that's going to be special to me.
Yeah.
Now that like.
Oh, for sure.
What's going to work for me now? The beauty is I get to try so many see so many, as well to see them in action.
And it'll make you enjoy even when you're having different hash come in. I don't know how often you test it because if you're more of a flower smoker, but now you'll want to.
My thirst
he already wants to.
And
my thirst for trying more and more is increasing. I'll say that.
So now it makes you even want to increase the menu or bring different things.
Just the technique that I'm using is not to the advancement of, I guess, more a long-term person, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking about like what you were saying, and like for me, I've been dabbing close to 10 years, and like that's why I can justify spending a bunch of money on something that I use. Like I'm in this. I'm not putting it down anytime soon. I like it, so I can put it to good use.
That's it. Yeah.
Like
people that are in it are
and like
hobbies are hobbies.
So, question I would have for you guys now, based on that, what do you guys look for when you guys are looking for when it comes to your rigs?
That's a great question.
Right? Just to kind of get my better understanding of how you guys would look at something for what use and purpose.
Watch the numbers are
because that's right. Like I said, like the functionality is something that I look at, and like when you see those other ones that are manufactured at like highest rate, you can see the way the cuts are and everything within the rig, and you can see as it bubbles and everything. Yeah. That's why like there is even stuff
to function too.
Yeah,
there is stuff that comes overseas or whatever that is still a great piece. Great. You can for sure. I'm not gonna say every piece from over there is garbage. You can get dope pieces for sure. But if you're talking about
BioT, do your
thing.
There
you go, right?
Bless.
Do your thing, man.
But if you're talking about this artist glass, that's a good question. And honestly, at first for me, it was function for the price. Like I wanted to not spend too much. I didn't care. I liked the clear. I was like, I don't care. And I was like, I really want it to have like some sort of recycling something, right? Yeah. And that's usually I find what people want at first. Honestly, stuff like, just a 2-hole, or was that 2 or 3?
Yeah.
I mean, like a little mini tube. That's perfect. You're going to get a lot of flavor.
It's a treat.
Okay.
Right?
Tree.
But also
Trio.
it's going to be like something that kind of calls out to you. Like maybe it is the colors or the fume marble or, you know, the sculpting or, you know,
I look
function.
I'd say like for me, I look for different things in different rigs, and like I almost like let the rig do the talking. Like if the rig kind of like if I
Speaks
see
to
it,
you,
I'm like,
says,
oh,
hey.
I like that a lot. Like, fuck, like I
Yeah,
think.
like they
But
almost like that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
Almost like
The rig
calls
says
you.
by me.
this one.
That's literally
It's something
it.
that's gonna
Yeah.
draw you to it, right?
It,
And that's
it's just
what is.
it's just there's no rhyme or reason for
Yeah.
me. A lot of times, just that's beautiful. It says by me. It's okay.
This one was different though. I just saw the function on it, and like
Okay.
that's how it was for me in the beginning. I was a big function fiend, and now it's for me. I don't know, almost more classy. I like really nice colors and stuff like that.
You're
But I saw
refining
the
your
function on
flavor.
this, and I was like, holy cow, that's
Yeah.
sick. And
Yeah.
that's why I got this one. So
That's nice.
that's what I'd say for you for your first piece. I'd look for something that functions
Functions
nice.
well.
Yeah, I think that's always the first.
be nice
the
and
first
smooth.
piece.
Yeah.
You know, you're definitely if you're looking at like 2 to 3, maybe $400 on the
With
piece.
a
but
banger,
3,
too.
Yeah, with a banger, about $400. You can find something really nice that, again, it may be your piece that you're just like, okay, this is perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna last you forever. Or you're
This will
gonna
be the
start
first of
being
many.
curious. Yeah, you're like,
Start
okay,
collecting.
now I want to get something with this function, or
Yeah.
I want something that has these colors.
Because functionality is the one thing that really intrigues me. Because for me, it's the filtration and just to get a lighter smoke in my lungs.
Well, it also depends
Right.
too how you like smoking. So, you know, you can use a standard. That's a 30
That's a
mil,
flavor
but you
saver.
can use
Yeah.
a standard bucket. But you know, now there's so many, like you see Johnny's using that Terps or the control tower, right? Those are super popular.
Electronics.
You know, there's a lot of different
I didn't
styles.
even take in that was a Puffco at first.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
So brilliant.
Yeah, with the blaze.
I'm
top.
intrigued by that,
Yeah.
you know, because like the consistency of temperature is like where I lack the skill.
Those are great. You know,
Yeah.
they're great. They have a
There's
time
things-
and
yeah,
place. But you
There's
know,
things like these
Yeah.
terpometers. That's the
and that'll tell
That's all
you.
we
Yeah,
used that earlier.
these dab rates.
Okay.
This is pretty blessed.
These are clutch.
We'll do a little bit more some R&D. See where we
You know, honestly, you think it's crazy at first when you're like, "Oh, I need this to tell me the temperature," but
But it
No,
makes
and it's
it makes
very
that
particular.
much difference because you just think about it this way: every single time, it's perfect.
Same.
Yeah.
yeah, you're not
So
going in
there's
too
no,
hot. You know,
there's no
the
too hot,
consistency.
too cold. Consistency is always there.
Yeah.
So it's predictability. And you said you're using for medication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get repeatable effects
Yeah.
every single time.
Same.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of using temperature control,
Yeah.
making sure you know you're using some sort of thing, some sort of temperature measuring device
Even-
to get.
That's why I like dabbing, is because it's so easy for me. Like I don't know, I think back to when I smoked weed and it was hard for me to dose it, but like with dabs, I know what I'm getting into. I know
Yeah.
what I can. I know what I
That's-
can handle.
that's exactly it
because
for
it's
me.
so much. It sounds weird because it's more potent. It's easier to dose, but because it's more potent, it's easier to dose.
Yeah,
That's
it's
how
It's more
just-
scientific, man.
Yeah.
Like you're every time it's a precise temperature, so the variables are controlled. Like
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I mean, it's more potent in a way, but it's just less filler, right?
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always use the grapes analogy, right? Like, okay, so when you eat grapes, you usually pluck them off the vine and you take the leaves off if they're even like more fresh.
Oh, I like where
Right?
this is going.
So
this is a good
like
one.
you don't eat it with like the whole vine and everything, right? You could, like it's all edible, I'm pretty sure, but like it's not gonna taste that good. What if you just pluck them all off? And that's literally what
Essentially,
rosin is,
yeah,
right? Or like
absolutely, yeah.
hash rosin.
Yeah.
It's that plucked off and then squished.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Made the
It-
juice.
through
Yeah.
filter,
Nice
yeah,
little
through
jam.
filters.
Love me some hash.
yeah. Honestly,
Grape jam, hash rosin, bro. That's
Yeah.
gonna kill
It's like jam. And then when it's like cold cure and all that, yeah, it's
Even
just
better.
like a jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it. Preserving for the flavors
Love it.
and all that.
But the wheels a calling.
I was just saying, are we doing the wheel? I don't know. I'm scared. I might get tie nailed.
Help me, man. Fuck.
So fill me in.
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
brother.
You're good,
So
you're good.
we were rude last time. We didn't let the guests.
Miller,
We should
Bogdan.
let the guests spin first.
Justin Ball means take the lead, my brother.
So your former favorite method of consumption for hash rosin is a punishment.
Gotcha.
Oh, no.
Okay,
man.
so for the listeners, we have the wheel out. Justin's gonna give it a spin here.
I'm gonna back up.
Just a reminder. So there's bong dab, blender cold start. There's tie nail dab, tiny rig. Did I say blunt rosin dab?
You did.
So then there's that again. Take a dab from either of us.
All right, bros.
Whoa, give her a better
Give her a good
spin.
spin. Yeah, all right. Big money, big money.
I wasn't sure the wheel's integrity. Nothing.
You got
Nothing.
nothing.
You gotta go
All
again.
right. You gotta go again.
We need other things to fill the wheel.
I think there's something there just written in green.
It was wiped out a little bit.
I think it's written. I think
Tie nail dab.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
We'll temp it for you. So
I don't know how to temp it. I don't ever temp it. I just go.
yeah, you just go red hot.
you can go hot. Go hot.
That's what I always
Go
do,
hot.
man.
Go hot.
I don't want to do that to him.
Okay, so
You
what's
temp with
happening?
this one time.
I don't know how.
You
Did
did
I?
Help him
Yeah.
out, John.
You just stick this on the side of the dish.
I'm like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo bango.
And you use this.
man.
You have a top.
I'll help you out with this, dude. I'm
Yeah,
sorry you
man.
gotta do this.
Had a couple dabs, so it won't be too bad. But like, I know that this is a bad thing.
Nah, you know what? It's not
Harsh.
even a bad. This was just the way we dabbed, honestly, at one point, right?
His
Like,
nervousness is killing.
I'm nervous for you, man.
Remind me not to laugh on that.
What do you want to smoke? Some flapjacks. What do you want to smoke?
I'll let you pick this one. Russian roulette for me. What do you
Did
think
you-
would be
did
best?
you try
know
the,
what? Let's go with
Did
yeah.
you try this stuff yet?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
let's go
This
with
is
the-
not a way to try that.
You're absolutely correct.
But you guys yourself haven't tried
If you're
this
looking
product yet?
forward to trying this,
Nah,
It's
you
not
already brought that
way to
one,
R&D
no,
it
yeah.
for sure.
Okay,
I'm not
okay,
pissing.
My experience with customers will definitely not sell for that one.
Right now I had the Cherry AK-47 by Terra Labs.
I've seen
working
that.
on
I've been
that one.
curious. I haven't heard anything about it though.
Did you bring it?
I did bring some of it too, man, but it was like half.
It's
Check it out.
you know what it's the same flower as I forget what the brand is called now, or like the parent company, but like 1984, and the other one is Rubicon.
Sorry.
Well, the
Yeah.
brand is Rubicon. The Rubicon, yeah.
Check it out
So
if
it's
you
all
like it.
Rubicon.
They brought.
Like I said, I'm just trying just to kind of just more or less get more familiar with my palate
Thank you,
and
man.
just, try as much. The other one wasn't bad too. It was a dual pack Earth.
Johnny says it's okay. So
Did I say that?
it burns off.
yeah, love that.
And
Yeah.
also,
It's like a skill.
Yeah,
you
just
wanna keep
brought
it
a
in?
little bit of a pack for you by Cali, the pre-rolls as well too. Just wanted to show you some, a little bit more love, man. Just,
Great
Yeah.
local company
hell yeah. Great company as well, man.
out of
I'll
Mississauga.
try
doing
those
some
out
nice
for
things.
sure. Oh yeah.
Some nice, clean, non-microwave flour for you right there.
Oh,
Oh, and I know Tiger actually brought a terp wood.
yeah, I
Ooh,
did.
what
is
It's,
this?
in my backpack. over
Oh, it's in the backpack. Well, those are rare, so
Yeah.
we can't even really plug them because there's not any available.
there. Not yet.
so-
Not yet. Not yet.
We'll smoke one and let you
So
know
just
how
wipe
it
it
is,
on and
but
go
for it.
I'll do all that. You just did it.
Okay.
yeah.
What's the temp, Johnny? What's the temp?
What is it at
fine,
right now?
man.
No, tell me when to go.
Go like 550. Yeah, go.
Cool.
Go.
Yeah.
Because by the time you hand it to him, right?
Well, yeah, pick it up.
Here we go. Justin's hitting the
I'm gonna move your cap. I'm sorry.
Ben Cater rig here with the tie nail.
Perfect. Yeah.
Perfect temp. Not
there we
too
go.
hot.
That wasn't a punishment at all.
Lovely. See? I told you, even blunt rosin.
All right, I'll spin the wheel next. He's got me hyped up. It's not.
Yeah,
that
you
scary.
had me psyched out for
well,
sure.
because you go
Welcome.
hot all the time. If you just temp it, you're going in at like 700 degrees.
I grabbed.
Not wrong.
It's gonna start a fire.
Yeah.
You can Q-tip.
Oh, gee.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Q-tip.
I grabbed a Q-tip instinctually. Do you do
Go
that
ahead,
with
Q-tip.
this?
give it a wipe.
Definitely a different.
You give it a
flavor.
light wipe,
Yeah.
but it's just like, when think of it
There's
as
people
like
that prefer
cast
that.
iron. It's the best way. You have to have like a coating on it.
Like a cast iron. There you go. Yeah. That was the way. That was just how you dabbed it.
I like a
Before
walk.
that,
Oh, I don't have to do it. I was almost getting ready. Like, I
well,
had to
no,
do it.
somebody else spins. So
I know,
now
I'm gonna-
should Raj
I
spin?
don't.
You wanna-
I don't.
I'm in a rush, but by all means, if you like.
Who do you
Yeah.
want to spin for you?
Because you're the closest, man. Run for it, my brother.
All right, here we go. Whoa. Take a dab from Cam.
You get some of that.
All right, we're going to get blessed right now.
Make sure that you get some of the
GMO root beer.
GMO root
Yeah,
beer, too.
bless.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
you get the shampoo.
All
This
right.
one's a nice. We're talking about function, and this is a nice functioning piece. Johnny'll handle it.
You got it.
They want him to hit the shampoo.
Yeah.
That's probably the tiny rig probably wasn't or like
Yeah.
That
That was a
was
terrible
choice,
idea by
yeah.
our part.
Cold
Yeah.
start.
All right.
oh you got a fancy tab right.
Okay, I'm not gonna kill you again because
It's
I think this will be
appreciated.
heavy. Go low. Go low for him. Let it.
Oh, that's a 30.
Yeah, I'll do like 450 maybe as well. I gave it to him at 480 last time and it
No,
waited
go
a
a
bit.
little higher
It's a
than
30
that.
mil, man.
Yeah.
But like maybe
No,
Over the
I'd say
500.
450. Yeah,
450?
Yeah, around
Yeah.
there. Taste it really nice.
let's
Cool,
say
I don't know,
465.
That's good. I don't want
That's-
to. He's gonna get. You're gonna get rocked out, and it's not your last dab either. So.
No, not at all. One of many.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna get you set up here.
What was that, by the way?
Which one?
You did.
What did you pick?
Oh yeah. What did you pick for him?
Oh, that was some stuff gifted by Mapleton.
That was
Okay.
beautiful.
It
What
was
was it called?
Applelicious.
Applelicious.
It was a different
Applelicious.
pull from the last time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I also
nice.
got some flapjacks and some fried strawberry from him today.
I picked
Shout out
it.
Mapleton.
I got some of
Yeah,
that
shout out
strawberry
Mapleton.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Tiny
stuff's
Town.
tasty as fuck.
What do you guys look for your, I guess,
Consistency
concentrates?
and taste. That's
Yeah.
like
Yes.
that's like
Flavors.
And what
big
type of
for
texture
sure.
is more something that you look for?
That's different between
Yeah.
all of
Yeah,
us. So
because I know some of them are softer, obviously with the rosin and the resin.
Dewey
you know,
likes
they're
it
more
drier
liquid.
for sure.
How about diamonds? You guys ever?
I'm pure taste, honestly.
Yeah?
I'll deal with any consistency. I just look for taste.
Okay, flavor. Yeah.
no. I'm big on the hash, man. I used to love
Like
the
straight
diamonds.
hash?
I used to
Yeah.
love diamonds.
Yeah?
Like if you go deep on my Instagram, there's baller jars, there's ounce jars of diamonds, and
Just
it's like
carrots.
50-50 terps. It's
Yeah.
some
I've
wet.
seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen
Yeah, I remember.
I love it.
the hell
I've
was
just
that?
kind of grown. Oh, whoa.
Oh,
I didn't
Let's
clean
wait a
this.
little second.
starting a fire here with the 30 mil.
I hate two things.
You gave it to me.
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Well, damn.
I'm always
All
making
right.
big hit man mad.
No, I don't care. I'm just saying,
Okay,
like,
we're talking about consistency.
Okay. So he like.
Oh, I think you put it on there.
No, I'm showing you this.
Oh, that's the same one.
No. He's just showing
That's
you
my
the
favorite
consistency he
consistency.
likes.
That's my
It
favorite.
smells like
consistency.
almost like condensed milk. No?
That's flapjacks. Yeah,
That's the
I'm
flapjacks.
I'm weird with smells.
Right?
I'll tell you, it
A
smells like
hint of like
diapers or
almost like
something.
a buttery cream,
I smell.
kind of like DJ's maple butter. Yeah.
what do
Shout
we
out to
say?
DJ.
Temp-wise?
Absolutely.
It
Legend.
smells like
Yeah.
Fruit Loops or something.
He's a big concentrate connoisseur.
I see what you like. The
Yeah.
consistency, though.
No, did I? Is that just me?
you're good.
Yeah.
I'm smell blind, man. So it's on me. I smell.
What did you?
What's it called?
Yeah,
What'd
you
they
press the
say?
button and it melts it off.
Yeah, button's right here.
Yeah.
Funnel
perfect.
cake with syrup.
Tell me when, my
Strawberry
brother.
syrup.
When it drops
We're
like
at
500.
560 right now. What do we say? No,
450.
450. It's at
Where's his
550
cap?
right now. So just
450. Oh, I got some seconds.
the
there.
cap,
All
right here.
Yeah.
I'll move
You
it
got
a bit
it.
closer.
Thanks, sir.
So I think you press that button and then that slides off.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
there.
So what's a typical day of the shop like?
Whoa! He's about to smoke a dab.
We have two
I'm
guests,
dabbing.
sir.
Oh, okay. I was just setting him up for that answer, man. I was just setting him up for the
We're
story.
at 500. You got 50,
Honestly,
50 degrees to go. You're
Oh
okay.
yeah. Most
So
of the time,
what-
honestly, it's
what is
blessed, man. You get to see some familiar faces, some old new faces, and you know, just trying to find new product every day.
I'm not laughing again.
Oh, that's good, man.
That's my favorite day in the shop too. I love that.
460.
I'd
All right, yeah.
You
so
can go.
Start
Go.
pressing
Yeah,
the
I'll
button.
answer what
It'll
he's
take
done.
a second.
push that button.
She's in.
Yep. Move that around a bit. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Definitely more for the flavor there.
Blow it out. Blow it out. Blow it. You don't want to hold it in. No
Yeah.
need. No
Yeah,
need.
Just keep
ripping it.
repeat.
We're
Yeah.
chasing
Blow it
flavor.
out. Keep ripping it.
That was nice.
Keep going. You got like
Okay,
one more,
keep
man.
going.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still vaping.
As long as it vapes, you're good to go. So that's also the beauty about hash.
That's my lungs telling me no.
Tap out.
So when I am selling
That was
hash
very
rosin
delightful.
at
Very
the
nice.
store,
Smell it on the
Yeah.
exhale.
one of the
GMO
benefits
very
I
dominant
mentioned is the solventless aspect as well.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're not releasing certain things at certain points and you can just keep going in on it and it's glass.
You like
good.
that?
That one just tasted right.
Yeah,
That one's
nice,
nice.
right?
Like, it was a lot pleasant.
So you want a piece of fun?
Yeah.
for your
That
first
was
piece.
very nice.
Hell yeah.
That was the
GMO root beer
There we go.
from 33rd Degree.
okay. Wow,
Yeah.
those mans are doing it right.
Yeah. No, right now. Yeah. Shout out 33rd.
Yeah. It tastes so
Bless them.
good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, they're killing it right now.
that's the beauty of it, right? Sometimes it's just
I can smell it.
yeah.
I know that one.
It stinks. I like it.
It's also sweet though. Like,
Yeah, it's like a
because of the
sweet
root
GMO.
beer. Like I could taste a bit of root beer in there.
I've had a bunch of GMOs, so to have like a spin-off on it is kind of nice. I don't want to say GMO is overplayed, but I had a bunch. I had not a bunch, but I had 2 grams of that Brindle Farm GMO, and that was really, really funky.
If it's good, it's good.
And isn't Brindle Farm legal?
Yeah,
They do have legal now as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Would
kinda
they be
cool.
under Brindle Farms?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
so. Yeah.
they're
GMO
under I can't remember the collective, but
delicious.
they also did I think the Barbara Bud that's in stores right now. That's by them
Okay.
with the OCS. Yeah,
Didn't they used to do a bunch of animal cookie,
they
I'm
have
making that up.
they have an animal
sour
Uh,
animal cookie?
they have an animal something out right now.
Okay.
Under what?
I've definitely seen the barbecue.
They have I think it's only
Barbara
available.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did the Barbara Bud here, but
That's a pretty
I
OG strain.
the animal
Yeah.
something is only available in BC right now. I think. Or
See, that's
Come
the other
on,
struggle too,
man.
man, with the
Come
legal
on.
market.
we'll talk after.
They gave
We'll talk after. I got you.
It's the control of what flower they bring in to the market here, man.
They gatekeep you.
Yeah,
That
and that's the
fucking
thing.
sucks.
If they don't want
Just
certain strains
whatever.
to come in,
Yeah,
man,
it's
okay.
whatever
Tell that
OCS
strain name,
like
man.
because they're the main distributor,
And then they
so
have
they
another
pick
provinces.
everything.
They'll tell
distribute it
growers
there.
that they're not allowed to grow certain strains.
Really?
Like growers will approach the OCS and be like, I have this amazing lot of flower that's ready to go. And the OCS
Yeah.
will be like,
Cool.
no, we're going to let these guys grow.
yeah,
Well,
then, like,
that's
8
because
months-
it's so they're trying to project like it's
Flavors?
a stupid way of doing it, but in my opinion, because
They're trying to monopolize in a sense.
not really, they're creating monopolies just because of the way they're doing it. It's stupid in my opinion. There's a lot of so. Obviously, we know that different growers will grow. Like, how many GMOs have we talked about on this podcast? There's been a lot of GMOs.
also
We like GMO
a lot.
but they're all slightly different.
Fact.
And that's the hash, right? So the flower is obviously different for some of them.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. They don't understand that. They don't seem to understand that multiple growers grow things differently.
You can do the same thing,
Yeah.
differently.
Exactly.
Like, you-
Like
literally.
when you go to the store, there's not just one kind of
lettuce,
cookie,
or, yeah.
right? Or lettuce. There's
Even
multiple
Oreos.
kinds,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you can get different kinds. So like
Absolutely.
it's the same thing.
Or
You-
even someone with the exact same cart could go home and do something totally different, like make a dessert with something somebody
Exactly.
would use. Yeah.
right? So just let growers have more opportunities. That's why you're seeing a lot more of these like renames. It's just because people can't sell it to the OCS. So if they can't sell it to the OCS, it doesn't make it to the stores.
It doesn't mean it can't be sold either.
Yeah.
Right? That's what
So
makes it
like
sold.
that's why they literally
Yeah.
changed the name. It's just because they can't sell it otherwise.
But like
'Cause-
how many kinds of hard seltzers are there? How many kinds of light beer are there? You know?
Exactly.
For fuck's sake, there's a talk
Exactly.
about
That's a
that,
Yes.
you know?
How
Like,
many?
So
You can go in and see like there's like lemon. There's like maybe 7 or 8 lemon flavored ones. There's like 3 strawberry flavored ones. But can't do it for cannabis, right?
no, totally different. Sorry.
Sorry, rant over.
Yeah.
Same
And
thing.
also,
Rant
Same,
over,
same, but
boys.
different.
also the windows got to be black for cannabis. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
It's so weird. I don't get this.
Yeah,
crazy
There's
for
windows in the
security.
beer store. There's windows in the beer store. I'm not making that up, right?
Oh, and the LCBO, right?
Okay,
And
yeah.
it's-
And you can buy as much as you want.
yeah.
You
That
can buy as
part.
much
Yeah.
cigarettes. You can buy as many, bottles.
Can I
Card.
max out this credit card on Smirnoff right away, sir?
Right? And there's all these
Paper or
deaths
plastic.
behind alcohol and tobacco.
Yeah,
and
they're
you can buy
actually
as much
talking
of it
about
as you want,
they were actually just talking about putting the labels with the cancer warnings now the same as cigarette packs
Jeez.
because it causes that much, like it's proven just cause
So
cancer.
they can show that
There's
on a lot
no-
of products they should then, right? Like
There's no safe amount technically of alcohol that they've like it's just there's no safe amount. You take any and you're risking something regardless of how little or how much you consume.
Yeah. Well, and it's not even like I'm anti-alcohol. Good for
No,
good for
exactly.
you. But it's
your
just
choice.
it's crazy how cannabis
the comparisons are right. So
it's so like
I started that. My bad. Restricted. But yeah, what the fuck, man? What the fuck?
For me, man, honestly, with cannabis, I think besides the recreational side of things, is the medicinal. Like I said, man, I've been using it for pain management for like 13 years. And when I mean pain, like I had a partly amputated foot, man. And instead of taking narcotics or painkillers, man, I use cannabis both for mental and physical use.
Hell
man.
yeah.
And that's why I think that, you know, as much as the recreational part of it's great and is blessed, but the medicinal stuff that can be created from the product and flower is still being underutilized because there's so many benefits on it on a, you know, more molecular level, but there's stigmas. They don't think that, you know, big pharma's aren't going to let, you know, them come in and take some of their profits away.
They don't want to.
No, for sure. They don't.
Big Pharma's getting in on it now.
Yeah. But are they doing it for the right intentions?
No.
That's
but yes and no.
Right?
Like they're seeing it as a profit, but they're not doing any of it for just for the love of helping people. They're doing it for like any pharmaceutical companies inherently about profit. Any company, right? So like of course.
No, but there needs to be more of those more natural products. Even if Big Pharma's doing it, for instance, that's fine. But having products that are going to help more therapeutically without having the harsh effects of it, right? Some of those opiates and stuff, man, after you're off it, man, like it takes a toll on you. And people are long-term using it. Yeah. But that's where they don't care about that. It's like, why not provide the same quality of product, but something that's not going to give them, you know, this, and this after.
Same quality of care with a different product.
100%. Yeah. And even if they want to use it in this style form, man, it's just educating using it. There's therapeutic stuff that's out there. CBG is a great product. Like if they had concentrates with more CBG in it, man, that would be even more benefiting for me. Even though I'm having fun, I'm getting more therapeutic use out of it, right?
Well, that's the best part of hash rosin, actually. Yeah. So like hash rosin, it can have.
This guy would know.
Yeah, thank you, dude.
This guy would know. I was about to ask you, and then you started answering.
So with hash rosin, you're getting a like with any extract, there's usually going to be some portion that you're missing, right? With hash rosin, it's going to be closer to the full. I'd say it's closer to what a true full spectrum is, because what's happening is you're getting the actual, like going back to that grape analogy. What it's doing is taking all those little heads that are on, you know, the cannabis plant and flower, and you're squishing out all the little heads. So all the cannabis oil, which is the only part that you really want, is being squished out. So it's not the same as like a hydrocarbon, like so a live resin or like diamonds or something like that. Because what they're doing is they're using a solvent, and the solvent's only gonna grab, because it's either gonna be polar or non-polar, and it's only gonna grab polar or non-polar compounds, right? On the in the extraction process. So it's never gonna get everything. Whereas with hash rosin, you're getting closer to the actual plant, and obviously without any of the filler. Yeah.
Less oxidization and all that stuff too.
Yep. Well, it still can oxidize the same way.
A little bit, yeah, but it's probably like one of the best expressions, one of the cleanest.
Yeah.
Like it's easy to keep all those flavors locked in depending on the process of it.
Yeah.
Like you were touching on, there's definitely more full spectrum aspects to it as well. Mm-hmm. This, as a therapeutic, even as a recreational, it was my go-to too. Well, I'm not just a mainly recreational user myself. Like I've got things that I smoke for as well, right? Yeah. As soon as I found the hash rosin, for me personally, it was the fact that there was no solvents in it, and then the benefits. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then the flavor, and then all that other stuff followed afterwards. Like when I do buy hash rosin, absolutely I look for consistency and flavor as well. You know what I mean? And of course effects.
Effects is huge, but I do think flavor for like the tags of what you're paying for it, I feel like flavor is very, very important.
I think it's fair to argue that flavor is indicative of the effects as well.
Definitely. Good terps of good. Yeah.
It's pretty much what. Excuse me. It's pretty much what I tell everyone when my friends are talking about or asking for suggestions on sativas or indicas, and I don't believe in that. So it's all technically false. So,
Brother, so
I just tell them, I'm like, simplify.
Remember when you were asking for experiences from the store? I've got a great one. We used to have this customer that used to come into Brampton, and his name was Matt. Shout outs to Matt.
Shout out, Matt.
Old head, like legend, right? But he used to come in and stand at our counter, and like for the general experience when a customer comes in, just so I can start guiding them to like what they want. Sativa, indica, or hybrid is a question I throw out there. And every time I would throw out this question, this guy, Matt, would be like, there's no such thing. And then he would stand there and go into like the whole deep explanation as to like how a sativa became a sativa and how an indica became an indica. And some customers would be standing there and they'd be open to the education seminar, and other customers would be looking at me like, man, who the fuck is this guy?
I need this pre-roll and I need to go.
I just want this video.
You're listening to him and you're like, go on, right?
No, for some customers,
No, without the customer there, when the customer's gone, you're like, you want to hear it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I entertain it. I'm part of that conversation. I agree with him, but there's a time and place for that thing, man. Fuck.
Yeah, pass me that.
Well, when my friends are asking, so I generally just say, yeah, that's all bullshit. I'm like, what did you smoke and what did it smell like? And what did you like the last time you smoked something that you liked? What did it smell like?
Yes.
Get that kind of weed. Just look for that. Just look for that smell. That's it.
I say the same thing because I'm like, that's essentially for me, the way I break that down is that's your like endocannabinoid system telling you what you're craving for therapeutic purposes through the flavor of the plant.
Your body's going to react to it. It's just going to give you some good vibes.
For food.
Yeah.
When you're craving a food, it's because you need those elements from that food.
For that nourishment.
Absolutely.
I'm going to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
We got to skip that from Cam.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It was blessed.
I don't want to look. I got to look.
Nail.
Baby. I'll be back. We might have to press a blunt after this. I got another one.
What?
Fuck, man.
It's a special day.
Is it like a phobia?
No, it's not bad.
It's actually not bad.
Honestly,
Cold
don't
cured
remember,
now, bro.
But I remember saying
It's cold cured.
All the
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Russian cream cold cure.
Oh, that's the blunt. Oh.
Or was it cognac?
I need a dab, right? I do not have a dab.
Yeah,
right?
this one's cognac.
Let's see. Oh no.
Cold cure.
But that's you know you're in the presence of an OG. Even your blunt rosin looks fire. For what it is.
I'll get you a dab.
I got one.
Oh, we didn't put mids in it.
There
We
was no
have,
mids. It was all
Need
fire.
something.
A gentleman today who's essentially asking us where we were going, what we were doing, because we were telling him that we were coming here for the podcast.
Smells like Russian cream.
And we were trying to explain to him that like we're like,
smell.
Here, use this.
wow. It smells like Russian cream.
No, it wasn't Russian cream. That
was
was
a cognac.
But
The
it smells like a
cognac.
cigar, like a Russian cream. It smells the same.
It smells like back.
So yeah, it smells like a sweet cigar.
So he was
You know what
essentially
I mean?
asking us
Interesting
where we're
flavor.
coming.
Huh?
We're trying to explain to him that we're coming to like one of the pioneers, like like one of the first people that I knew introduced me to hash rosin kind of thing.
Mhm.
Like, and I was like touching on one of the stories from your guys' first podcast about the guy who used to stand on the hair straightener and stuff like that.
Yep. We definitely have done some interesting things to get some rosin going.
Yep.
I remember this thing that me and Cam got. we basically got off work. We drove to Brampton, picked it up.
Hayes Boutique.
Yeah, Hayes Boutique.
Back.
Shout out Hayes Boutique,
Yeah,
bro.
definitely, man. That's a trip, eh?
Yeah, we got
Holy.
this little thing, and it was
in
basically, it looked like a tortilla warmer. I swear it was a tortilla warmer, but it just like
Rosin Tech or
rosin tech or some shit. And no, I
I
kid
think
you
I know
not. It
what
was
you're
like
talking about.
literally like
Pressing with a George Foreman on low.
Skinny handle.
no, it was just like it was flat. Okay,
It looked like a disc man.
Yeah, it looked like a disc. It looked like
Then you press it down, right?
George
With the
Foreman.
tortilla.
Yeah, it was like a tortilla warmer, right?
we
So
put the
like, yeah, so we literally put we just put like little buds and we were just trying for then we were getting no pressure because like it literally we're squishing it like with our hands.
Yeah.
At one point we just started standing on
Put the
it.
trigger clamp
Yep,
on
trigger
it.
clamp
Broke
on-
it right
Broke
away.
it. Yeah.
Your stuff's just constantly on the hot plates. That was early rosin press. And I remember calling ahead. I'm like, do you have it? Hold it for me. I'm like thinking people must be fucking flying through the door.
Did we have to get this?
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, A's Boutique. That's a trip.
Yep. So, someone that's never been to your store, you know, and they're thinking about coming in, what sets your store apart from, say, any other store like in Brampton or in your area?
I guess my side of things, my brother, is for us is to really kind of look things for long term, man. So we really kind of emphasize on how we kind of speak to our customer and how we try to get to know them. I think that's a very important part, because if you're expecting someone to rely on you to do something for them, you got to really understand their needs and wants, especially for the heads, man. And that's what we're more or less doing it for. So we always try to, you know, give them good information, you know, try to kind of keep our menu up to date of what's coming in and what's coming out. And to kind of really spend some time. Obviously, you have the guys that want to come and grab the shit. They know what they want to get out. But for the heads is what we really do it for, and come in and want to see what we're bringing new, because we always try to rotate our menu. Yeah. We don't want to stay on the same stuff. Fresh. There's so much new stuff coming out, and like, you know, it's a palette, man. We can go out and try so much flower and just try and just try to give those best of the cream of the crop
to the customer. Products, rotate some new products, so that way customers don't get tired of products. Yeah. Let them miss something every now and then. Bring something in that they like. Most importantly, it's culture forward, though, to separate ourselves in Brampton.
And good flower is a standard that needs to be, right? Like,
yeah.
I think that's the thing that we, like I said, knowing our customers, their needs. Because, like I said, we're smokers too, man. Yeah. We want to make sure that whatever we put in our system, it's also being generated and resonated to the same thing. Just like with you guys and the brands you guys have, you understand those brothers and see what they love and how much they enjoy what they do.
The flavors that they like. It's just what they're doing. Like,
how difficult is it, or how is ordering? Like, do you find it's easy, or is it super difficult to get what you want?
So
I think that's a good question, because I've heard different answers from different workers of dispensaries, owners of dispensaries.
Simply put, it's a bit of a clusterfuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the biggest thing is too, because we are very focus driven on what we're buying. The other stuff that you're gonna find from certain brands, I won't say who they are. They have an abundance of stock, right? But the ones that are limited drops, 1,000 jars. You know,
it's like a Supreme drop, or like you're trying to get this
unique,
stuff for your,
right? That's like a rotating lot. You want to try it, and
you're fighting for stock with a bunch of other shops. Is that
exactly. And that's well, especially like I said, man, craft stuff is not making stuff by the
that's why it's craft, right?
Yeah,
that's what there's a certain, you have to kind of be able to understand quality and replacing certain products, flavors of different brands, right?
Is it a picture or
the first one? Yeah.
Dewey's about to go in. Well, not about to.
You're gonna get a nice video of me sitting here listening.
I just wanted to give everyone a different angle, possibly.
All right. I'll get you a nice melt shot. Zoom in, okay?
No problem.
But it's fun, man.
Yeah.
Because the people that are coming new, that enjoy it and love it, you get to see their product in real time, right?
Mm-hmm. Some of the new brands that are coming out, you can definitely see a wave coming of more of the legacy, like quality forward.
Yeah, I've noticed that quite a bit.
You're definitely starting to see the after effects of some of those people that were making moldy mildew product, and how they're slowly dying out and trying to rebrand.
Fucking die.
Yeah, and they're trying to switch names and whatever else. But at the same, people who are in the know are still going to be able to be wise to that, and hopefully not buy their products. Do you know what I mean? And then start to gravitate more towards the people who aren't spending so much money on marketing and more putting it back into their grow facilities for the quality of the product.
We say good weed doesn't need marketing, man. It
exactly,
sells itself, right?
Like, a good glass shop.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love when I ask somebody, how did you hear about us? And they're like, my homie, da-da-da-da. I'm like,
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's
right,
it.
Your homie. Like, thank you, homie, whoever insert name here.
Oh, you're about to go in.
I am.
I want to interrupt. So here we go.
Not
Blunt
yet.
rosin.
30 degrees.
Let's go, Dewey.
What are you going in at?
500-ish.
Super excited.
He's using the rig Gore left here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So Gore didn't get the dab, the blunt rosin, but I guess Dewey's doing it for him through his rig.
Nice melt onto it. Look at that.
Oh, beauty. So just to remind everyone, for the blunt rosin, we just spin up a blunt.
Yeah.
and press it.
It's a beautiful thing, bro.
There you go.
Auto spinner.
That's instantly harsh.
Oh, he does not look impressed.
Isn't the backwards instantly?
You have to hit it like a blunt.
You have to hit it. You have to
It smells like a blunt.
Oh, it smells like
Wow.
pure blunt in here. This is ridiculous.
It does.
Yeah, it does. You
Smells like
really,
blunt,
yeah.
right?
Oh my god.
That's
It
amazing.
tastes more like a
That's
blunt than-
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
smells
backward
like
smokers, yo,
before it
balls
lays
that
in a
up,
wood.
bro. You still want your
Here we
backward
go.
flavor? There you go.
Bro.
That's a wave, man. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
Don't mind his face, but it's alright.
Oh fuck! It tasted like a blunt first, and then
No,
it
it
tasted
smelled
like
like one, man. Very
whack
distinct
flower
flavor,
rosin.
It tastes like, fucking GLD days.
Flower rosin
does,
is a
right?
stark contrast
Isn't
for
that the
used to
term?
like really
It
good hash
smells
rosin.
just like
Flower.
Legalized
Shrink,
Yeah.
bro. Holy shit!
And that's our first time trying this. We all tried Russian cream. You're the first person to even try this blunt.
Oh yeah.
So it might be possible that Russian cream's the answer
There
for
you
the
go.
blunt rosin.
Yeah, that one was a little bit. I don't know.
Right?
It tasted like fucking fish. I don't even eat fish.
The cold gear also could have brought out more terps. Who knows?
Yeah, the
Brought out the
fish.
fish
True,
terms.
yeah. Somebody might have had fish in the fridge or something too.
Damn. Nice. Those little fish oils. It's good for you, man. My dad always. my dad always tells me you need more fish oils in your life. It's good for you. So there you
Omega
go.
nabs.
There you go, Omega, whatever that is.
Trying to go in here. Man.
Do it again. If you get blunt rosin, I did it all. Really? Oh,
Take a
fuck
dab
off,
from
man.
Dewey.
Bop, bop.
Do the Lost Boys. Do the Lost Boys. Or do the 33rd. Actually, do what you want. Whatever you'd like.
I'll do the Lost Boys. Try it out. I got some of that. What is this one again? This is
Bing chilling. Ice cream.
Bing Chilling.
Yeah.
Ice cream
Sounds
cake.
right.
All right. Well, that's not a punishment at all. Oh no, you don't have that much left, sir.
No, wait. No, there is plenty left.
You sure? I'll do it.
There's plenty left. Don't be a big hit man.
Yeah, I won't. Do it.
There's plenty left. Dig into that.
Nah, I don't want to.
Dig into it.
All right.
I'll ninja dab.
Pure power.
There you go.
All right. That's
Oh,
a
that's a
different
good
idea.
size dab.
Good
Yeah.
idea. Don't be shy.
I feel bad sometimes, you know.
You gifted me that for my birthday.
That's why I even feel here. Happy birthday! I'm gonna take it.
You want it fair and square in the
Take
love.
your
Share
last
the
piece
love,
of cake.
I made the wheel. I signed up for this, man. It's good.
And you were praying to get
Yeah, I
take a
wanted
dab
to.
from me, so you kind of brought it on yourself.
Fuck.
All right.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
Johnny's turn to spin the wheel, I think. Yeah.
Spin me up. Spin me up, Scotty.
Blender cold
Not
start.
again.
All right,
Blank.
one more time.
Everybody hits that.
Everyone hits the blank. We gotta put something terrible on that green square. Everybody always gets it. Take a dab from Johnny.
There you go.
Another one. This is good luck. That's number 3, right?
I don't know. I think it's bad luck, honestly.
Good. You just cursed it.
Blender. Start.
You can use
Eventually.
I guess.
Always,
you can use-
I always get this one.
Where's the blender? We have a
have
blender.
a
There's a
blender?
14
You
mil
said
on
there's-
the coffee table
Oh,
right there. We can put it on this.
There's a 14 mil?
There is.
Grab the Corey. No, grab my Corey.
I need my equipment. I'm big hitman.
I need my Corey.
My equipment. My utensils and equipment.
Down here.
He needs his Corey and the 14 millimeter blender stat. Do you have a pillar? Do you need a pillar?
I don't know. Dewey said it was
There's a
out there.
14 somewhere.
You don't know where it is, Dewey?
It's like a specific.
He's going too far.
Banger.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I figured that
It's like
much.
impossible.
The way the function is.
Yeah, if I spins like a tornado.
I think it blends it.
Okay, for your blender full start.
Yeah,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bit of a spin on it.
yeah.
I figured you'd like it.
Yeah, well, I do.
Do you need a marbles?
Oh, perfect.
Do you need a
Looks
marble?
nice. Nope. Looks like a telescope.
Love that.
I've got that too about the case cycler.
What?
I've got that too. People say it looks like a telescope.
Oh.
I don't recommend hitting this rig. We gotta clean it because it'll taste like a cigar.
This is a different blender.
Bing chilling. Very good. Ice cream cake. That is some good fucking hash.
Smells nice.
Yeah. I need to appreciate.
Lost Boys make some good shit. The GMO you had from them was nuts. Yeah. What are you dabbing on? What are you gonna cold start? It smells fucking good.
I think I need a pearl.
I think I got one last dab of it left, unless you scrape the whole thing.
No.
Yeah, man, plenty left.
Which is it?
Not gonna lie, it's the best way to spend a Sunday.
It'd be alright.
Hell fucking
Yeah,
man.
Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah,
too, guys.
It's a
I'm
pleasure,
just gonna
man.
go down the neck though for
So
sure.
shout out your locations too while we're going here, like where they can find you.
Yeah,
right?
man. We got 3 across the GTA. 1 in Brampton, 1 in Milton, and 1 in Kitchener.
You're filling that down a bit.
You know, come by, come say hi. We really try to, like I said, focus on good quality flower, and you know, appreciate you guys, inviting us as well today, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
been a
Thanks
pleasure,
for
man.
coming
Just to
by.
get a little bit more insight on, dab it.
Trying to give a platform to everyone, kind of doing this.
Yeah, man.
Glass, hash makers, shop owners,
100%,
it's,
man.
Yeah,
We really love what
everything
we do, man,
about the culture.
Yeah.
Kind of an honor to be on the podcast. Too.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
much
much.
blessings,
man. I
man.
appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Because
man.
culture
Thank
forward
you.
podcast, absolutely.
Well, it was something that there are a lot of cannabis podcasts, and I know Robertson started up his now, so there is another at least super heady one that we know about, and I'm sure there's a few more people can say in the comments. I'd love to watch them.
The Bear Mountain Studios. The
Yep.
guy
Yep.
we were saying you're his doppelganger.
Honestly, we saw it
it's
as
an Instagram,
a
yeah.
gap, something that was kind of needed because we all listen.
I
or
hang out and
watch
watch podcasts all the
podcasts.
time.
So why
100%.
not? While you're getting stoned, hang out, learn about.
I threw on
Different
your
shit in the
podcast
culture,
in the
so-
store just as shits and giggles, like just out of curiosity, and I ended up leaving it on because it resonated so well. Like it's
Hell
it's
yeah,
a nice
that's awesome.
podcast to have
Hell yeah.
on in the background.
Are you cheating?
Whoa,
No.
Oh,
Whoa, you guys just both said no.
Pre-warming,
Really,
I know what he was doing.
No. What are you doing? You get your cold
happening?
start warm, so it's warm.
No, man.
the
He was
alcohol.
getting rid of some of the ISO.
With heat.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
want
you
dab
want a cold
ISO.
start
Okay,
with
okay.
ISO.
Okay. Let that nail cool for a sec, though. Let it get cold for the cold start. Thanks. Hey guys, don't mean to be the police around here.
Yeah, officer
The
doing.
cold start, you got to be cold. Man.
I'm just kidding. You're not officer
That was
doing.
tasty. My punishment was good. I liked it.
Give her a spin.
Last spin of the evening.
Oh. Fucking up. That was a good
Fly
one.
off the wheel.
Bong
Bong dab.
Again.
There you go. Now you're
I've got
happy
it.
you cleaned the
You
bong.
keep getting the same thing.
You got that last episode.
I've got it every
The
episode.
nails. Damn. We're so not prepared. The nails in the Tupperware bucket over there. Fuck, man. I'm sorry, man.
All right.
Fucking up.
I can use
Just
a
use the
regular-
tie nail.
Yeah.
No.
Nice.
I see what you're trying there.
That's a 10, right?
Yeah, it is.
I see what you tried there.
Gotta push on that rope sometimes. It's near the
It's
beside
by the sink in a little Tupperware container filled with ISO.
sopping wet. My bad. Fucked up. I turned it on silent. Why is it doing that?
Mm-hmm. D&D.
Look at this. It's good. I can't wait. You're gonna do it successfully? You have faith in yourself? I want to see fire.
70-30.
I want to see fire. I want to see fire.
I don't.
Who saw fire once tonight from that corner? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an occurrence here. Fire.
Make sure the lid's on the.
Yeah. Close your lid there.
It is.
It is not one of the 4 things is clicked down, man.
There's still a seal.
The steels was on until he did that.
See?
Whoa. Whoa.
All right.
All right,
I looked at it
won't roast
too.
Big
I was
Hitman.
just like,
I won't roast Big
that's
Hitman.
kind of genius.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Because it was literally sealed all the way around.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. Cold Start Blender. Big Hitman. He went for the bottom first. Now he's going for the side.
Does he have a jersey with Big Hitman on
No,
it?
that's a good idea though.
Absolutely.
We gotta get him one.
Dab champ.
We do need to get you that jersey.
Fire. Come on. No, you're done. That
go.
pillar is.
Standing upright.
It's not.
It's spinning. Oh, it's
Oh, there he goes. There he goes. There he goes. Damn it! It worked.
Not bad for a fucking
I'm
full
the only
start,
one who's
eh?
got a punishment so far. Damn it.
So Johnny really is a dab champ, huh?
Yeah. What's that noise? Is that the pillar?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's fast, boy.
Do that for the.
fast
do it in
as
front of
fuck.
the mic.
Yeah.
Do it in front of the mic.
It's the terp taste for me.
I want them to hear the sound of the pillar. Just hit it. For the sound? It's not too late for the It's not too late for the sound. Oh, we gotta do it again with none of us. Go get
You guys gonna pass out?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Nice.
That's nice.
It stinks. I like it.
I like the way it twirls.
That's the name of the episode, I think.
I definitely
I like
woke
the
me
way it
up
stinks.
quite a bit.
It stinks. I like it.
Oh man.
Sativas. I love them.
Oh, you found your torch.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though they don't
taking
exist,
your
but
torch.
this would. Well, I guess this is what
It was
people,
an
this is
upper-
what people would argue is a sativa.
Yeah, sativa-like effects.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you break down why that isn't a thing then?
Oh,
I've
so
heard.
it's-
Is it too deep?
that's good. I just want to hear it for the 10
No.
millionth time. I'm like, I'll figure this one, guys.
I got it, boys.
Boil down the broth.
So basically speaking, yeah, there's no such thing as a sativa indica hybrid anymore. Basically, everything is hybrid these days,
it's all
genetically
mixed.
speaking. Yeah,
It's been mixed for so long that
Yeah,
it's just
110%.
okay. We're too deep in the game to have this.
the way he explained it was back in the day there was an explorer and he found one of the first cannabis plants he found was in a region called sativa, and it represented like a long stringy plant. Therefore, he named cannabis sativa because of the region that he found it in.
Okay.
That's still indicative of genetics because of like adaptation to where it
Where
was
it's from
grown
and
and all that
stuff.
stuff, blah blah blah. And then the other one was found in a region called indica.
So
That's it.
close, but I'm not gonna say you're wrong. But
I was going off of math, so I'm
Based-
probably
I asked
wrong.
for the boiled down broth too. I asked for the short and sweet.
Yeah.
short and sweet, it's all cannabis sativa. Long story short is the Dutch just wanted to put something on a menu, and
Bless.
that's literally it. There was just somebody did an essay or a study in Europe, and they called it cannabis sativa, and it was based on oil, not even the plant, and they just described the effects. Cannabis indica literally just means from India, so somebody made oil from India and did the same study, and they had the opposite effects.
I love
And-
Valley cream.
Yeah, that's literally all it was. And then the Dutch were like, "Hey, how do we put this on menus?" And they did, and everyone ran with it since.
In the couch.
That one I cannot stand it.
They
I
just,
want
made-
some-
they just
I want
indica
some
just
in the
means
couch.
from India.
Yeah.
Not in the couch.
Oh, it's not in the couch.
I thought I meant the weed. I thought the weed.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm sorry.
I always
I
did
felt
the-
like I just told you Santa Claus wasn't real.
I always love doing the joke with like, man, you're saying that the weed was in the couch. Like, why are you putting weed in the couch? Like the dad joke. Like it means like indica, like in the couch. I'm like, why would you put weed in a couch? It's a bad place to put weed. Sitting on it.
Well, here's kind of, I guess, just a more fun and basic question. What, or if you remember even, what got you smoking weed in the first place? Like what?
Oh man.
High school days,
great
after,
question.
before that?
Probably when I was like probably, to be honest, like 15, 14.
Yeah.
With some friends.
Yeah.
One of my
Can relate.
homies, cousin, hooked us up and burned it, man. And ever since then, man, I'll be honest. Like, obviously, I didn't dibble and dabble as much as I did in like that era, but like after like in high school and after high school, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just something that resonated with me very well, man. It just made me feel good, man. I just enjoyed it, man. And
Oh.
it was, you know, something that's very dear and part of me, man. Like,
Yeah. I can relate for sure. Yeah. That's about the same age, I want to say.
Yeah.
13, 14, 15, somewhere like in around there, right?
Yeah.
8th grade going into 9th. I really remember. I know we smoked a little bit before that, but like just one time type thing. And, you know, I know the first time ever, me and a buddy, it was in, I want to say 6th grade, summer into 7th. Maybe even like still just in 6th grade, but we tried it, rolled a stupid joint, tried to roll it, didn't even really get high. We're like, whatever. But then I remember in 8th grade, starting to smoke quite a bit, getting into high school, and it was like, you know, just that was it. Just always trying to, you know, pitch in on a sack, roll up a L or whatever, roll a blunt.
It was just a thing.
This was a thing, right? There was no cones. You didn't just go buy cones and stuff.
Most times you couldn't
that was not a thing, right?
You couldn't really get king size papers often, so.
No, there was no king. You just made L's.
Or the three-paper, the stairwells.
Yeah. So, I mean, no, same thing for sure. And it's funny because even my dad, he's a stoner from his time and age, and he thinks, man, it's so crazy the way that you can make oil now, like heat and pressure. You know what I mean? Like the butane, okay, but like just when we first saw heat and pressure, like when I first was introduced to somebody showing me, you can squish a tiny bud with parchment paper, and with a good amount of pressure, oil comes out. Like when I first saw that, my mind was blown, really.
And then what you could do with that?
Well, that was the beginnings. You couldn't just go rosin press and order one. Like this wasn't a thing.
To be honest, we should be happy if we got some hash once in a while, man.
Shatter was still like in its infancy, and there was BHO.
There was no conversation.
Well, live resins were just even starting and stuff like this. Like even like not even that. It was shatter, and it was a lot of everybody perfecting like the de-waxing and CRC or whatever the fuck. Like just, you know, figuring out how to make everything look so
clear
and yellow and have that same shit.
Even high school, man, we used to get like
taste wasn't as important as the shatter
or fake terps almost kind of fucking taste, but he's going in on a bong dab here. Oh shit. For the listeners, Tiger's smoking out of the fill leg.
I thought that was
fixed
a leg.
him with the V3, it looks like 55 degree.
There you go.
Not sure what cap. Looks like one of the US caps.
That's it's an orange.
I can't remember who that's from. And he's done. Nice. Fuck Turks.
Yeah, no terps with that.
Actually,
Fuck terps, yeah.
Came through. All right.
So you know it's good.
But yeah. How about
my first
Justin?
So I've known this guy and like a couple of his friends and whatever else since we were younger. And I remember
grade 6, we've been friends ourselves, man.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah. I actually didn't know that, so that's really cool. Yeah.
Shout out Rohit. I remember I remember sitting next to Road Dog in home economics, nonetheless, bro. It must have been like grade 8. And he pulled out a dime and he showed it to me in class. And like at this point, I was like, you know, straight A student and all that fun stuff. And I looked at him and I was like, what is that? And he was like, wait, no, it's marijuana. And I was like, that's not marijuana, because he had like, you know, it was in bud form, and I was like, it's got to be the leaves and stuff.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's like, no, this is literally marijuana. I'm like, okay, how much did you pay for that? And he's like $10. And I was like, how long does that last? And he's like an hour and a half, like 2 hours. Yeah. It was a deal.
Probably.
Yeah. And then I remember being like, that's a ripoff. I'm never gonna smoke that stuff. Q grade 9, literally like less than a year later. No, shout out Isabel. This girl comes up to me. She's ahead. She comes through our store, actually.
Yeah.
That's tight.
I've got my chicken burger money, and I'm getting ready to buy my chicken burger. And she pulls me out of line. And she's like, you want to come with me and smoke a joint? And I'm like, yeah, man, let's go.
Yeah. That's tight.
Like, but before they rolled up their joint, and they had a roach from the night before, and they're like, have you ever smoked? And I was like, no. They handed me the roach. I started smoking, started coughing right away, and they were like, all right, that's enough for you.
Yeah. Trying to murder.
I'm pretty sure I slept in the cafeteria for 4 periods straight. It was a great first experience.
Yeah, I put a homie in the library for half a day with his first dab one time. Shout out Alex. Doing okay, buddy. Come have a Thai dab sometime. We got a futon. You can take a nap here. We love you, Alex. That's funny as fuck. That reminds me exactly of that story.
But honestly, we used to burn and just do fun shit as kids, man. That was the best part, man.
Yeah.
Play basketball, watch movies. You know, it's just
It's a different
Hood
culture.
rat
It was
shit
just
with my
amazing,
friends,
like,
man.
that part,
Yeah. Hood rat shit with my friends.
Yeah, it was a different time for sure, you know. But to think if there was this, like I think you're spoiled now if you're in
Absolutely.
high school.
yeah,
and
like
you're
growing up,
dabbing.
we had no exposure to any type of concentrate to this
No
extent.
way,
man.
hash
Like-
wads out of bottles, right?
Like I'm 85 born, and like we were probably in high school in
Bottle
'99,
yeah,
and like
yeah.
it was just ganja, bro. It was just straight weed.
I got to dab
Hash?
in high school. Like, for
Yeah,
me, like I was saying,
yeah,
because
yeah.
I put Alex. Like, it was funny because like I found
honey oil for Lucky.
and I found shatter, and my buddy started
Yeah,
making it in
cherry
his
oil.
garage, and it was just like this thing where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, it's more expensive, but like if I'm getting it from homie, I'm getting it for this price.
Makes
It's
sense.
not more expensive. So I'd get it, and then remember I fucked Alex up, and he slept in the free library. That was so funny. I smoked a fuckload of shatter in high school. That's funny. You guys didn't get to
No,
experience
no,
that.
that wasn't
I
a
mean,
thing, man.
you're
That
always
was not a
on
thing.
here.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember
No,
we've told the story.
Straight weed. That was it.
straight weed. Yeah,
Yeah. Larger amounts.
Hash.
So it was like
Hash, yeah.
hash, yeah. But that was the same.
And
That
you
was the
had to say
closest
it's
thing to a
wads or
concentrate.
whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
One
Yeah.
time I had this hash like oil. The
I
guy
had
said
one
it was.
guy
I don't know if it was
said
butane
cherry
related or not. But it was like
oil.
a really,
I've had-
really
yeah,
dark
I've had
oil. And he
cherry
rubbed it
oil.
on like a
Shadow oil?
cigarette.
Put
or
it on the
something.
papers, right?
Yeah.
You see the guys that make it out of like alcohol, like the honey one.
Sure,
They
yeah,
extract that.
headaches.
and-
Probably
So bad, man.
We
RSO.
put that on like bogeys and it's like burn that on a bogey, man. It just,
Good old
you know.
Is that what it is, basically?
Closest thing to a
Black
dab
and
rig
white.
was a hot knife.
Oh,
Yeah.
My first dab I did, that's how
With hash,
me and
right?
my pops
Yeah.
did, was hot
That's
knives.
nice,
Because
yeah.
I showed, I was just telling him about it. We finally got our hands on it. I'm like, okay.
How
it
do I
looks like-
smoke this?
Yeah, they
And he's
torch
like,
this and that.
fucking
And then
hot
he's
knives.
like, all right, sounds like hot knife might work. And it worked. But I'm like, okay, this stuff is this much per gram. We can't be doing this. Is what shatter is like. Well, not even shatter. It's
Yeah.
just wax. It's like just a
Weed was just
crumble or like a honeycomb kind of like
Texture.
Yeah, texture,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
BHO.
butter.
And it was like 80 butter. And it was like 80
I
bucks a
remember.
gram. Right? So we're like, we can't be hot knifing it, you know?
yeah.
I remember when I had one of the youngins I used to hang out with, like he'd come to me and he'd be like, "Oh man, have you ever smoked this shit called butter?" And I'd be like, "What are you smoking?"
I don't think I want to be doing that. If it's
I was smoking
it's like-
flowers and like bong rips and
I
stuff.
put that on toast, bro.
I would be like, "Is that a strain?"
Yeah,
He's like,
But that's the beauty of it, man. To see it,
Yeah.
to see what it was, and to
Growing
what
to
it is
this,
now,
yeah.
man. Like
Yeah.
there's a deeper appreciation to
Yeah.
just like understanding the plant.
Where's it gonna go from here?
Like,
Even? That's
Cam
fucked
actually
up.
gave me my first dab.
Oh,
We told that
blessed.
story a couple
Yeah.
times on the podcast, but yeah,
I
Cam
don't-
gave me my first dab.
yeah.
Been blessed since,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean,
You'll never forget your
Yeah,
first
yeah.
dab. That's definitely one of those
Hell
things
yeah.
you'll never. Well, you'll forget most of
I
that
forget
day,
it.
but the experience and who gave it to you, absolutely
I
not.
forget. So like,
forgot?
I don't remember my first dab, but I remember getting the lowdown from Pat and Adam. I remember that. I remember them being like, "This is what you do." Like, once I got into it, I was fucking into it, man. I went out, I was like, "I need that next day."
Yeah, see, my first experience was a bad one. I did with Gurge, one of my boys from where I grew up in. He had blowtorched it and literally just dropped right in.
Oh,
no
yeah,
catching
love
it.
that, love that,
I
love
hit it. I was like literally gonna like pass it on the fucking floor.
Well, we didn't know. We didn't
I
know.
was just that's what I was like, yo, and
Nobody
the first
knew.
couple of times I was
We were
like,
guinea
what am I-
pig, like,
what's
you're
happening
just-
here?
Temperature?
Yeah, we thought
For
that
what?
was
You
the
should
way.
do this to me.
I heard of boys dropping from blood poisoning from the butane, man.
Yeah.
They were
Really?
smoking so much shatter and they were not being cognizant of the temperature and stuff that they were I knew a couple guys that ended up getting blood poisoning from the butane. That's why.
And
I
I've
like
heard
a rosin.
like a few people
rosin.
have butane issues here
Absolutely.
and there.
Well,
I can
You
totally
know?
imagine, man. That's
Yeah.
not supposed to be
not
in your
meant to
system.
be smoked kind of thing.
You know what I
So I've also heard this that like the realistically the amount of solvents that can be found in smoking a concentrate with solvents obviously is very
Minimal.
very lacking in comparison to smoking a bong. And when you're inhaling, if you're
Like-
holding the
lighter.
lighter to the bowl,
Yeah.
that's just straight butane you're inhaling.
Yeah,
Apparently it's a lot less than that, but I don't know.
you're
It'd be
100%
some-
right.
I'm sure that like
What
what
I'm
homie
reference-
was smoking was
what
some
I'm
fucked up
referencing
shit.
is
Yeah,
like
oh,
back
that's probably
in the day,
really, really
if
bad.
it's-
he
Yeah.
made his own
So-
shit.
yeah,
like a
let's-
little glass tube.
Just to kind of give
it
you,
just, like, didn't
just to kind of give you a
back
point of
purge it at
reference.
all.
Back purge? What's that?
Yeah.
Dude, it was the color of his shirt.
Yeah, overnight purge.
Overnight purge,
Leave
pretty
it
much.
out,
Yeah.
scrape it with a razor blade. Like a Pyrex did. Right? That was straight up.
It's purged. There, I used my like computer fan. Like I played some video games and it was like circulating some dusty air over it. It's perfect.
Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Put it on the hot plate or whatever. Try and purge it.
I microwaved it. It's good.
I don't know, man. Crazy shit. But then
Look at it
people
now,
started
man.
getting good. But as soon as I saw that, that's what made me scared. This I've probably said this on the pod before, but the second I saw that we could make oil, I knew we were making good oil for ourselves, right? We were like, we have to figure out how to do this because prices are outrageous, right? So we figure out how to do it. We made it the crazy ways that you were saying, just figuring it out to doing it proper, and once I saw though what you could do, I was like, man, this is scary because you can kind of make anything if you got the right shit. You can make anything look
There's
the
definitely
same.
read stories of that too.
So
man.
now that's kind of what I like about this hash game and this
Can't
hash
get away
rosin.
with that.
People try, but I mean, it's very quick. You can tell. Like it's hard. You can't mask it
Can't fake
as
it.
well.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't fake the funk.
No.
So
Yeah.
I
The
really
purity's
like
in the
that
product,
about
yeah.
the solventless. The
It
game.
forces to be very honest.
If you try to cut corners and only use your trims and this and that,
Bro, we'll see that.
Can
right?
tell.
you're gonna know it's gonna show through.
There was a
right?
point where that was most of
Magnified
what
more
it
probably,
was
too, on
too,
that.
though.
Trim rosin or trim shatter, yeah.
The most, or even
for any-
almost,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like I remember, like when Bud Roz, I apologize to the wheel.
You gotta go again now. What are they on?
That's not the wheel. You should spin the wheel now.
I
Tell our
remember
guests that.
Bud rosin was being advertised as like the quality, like this is whole bud, not trim and shake. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I remember, like the
Or Nug Run.
yeah,
For
Nug
sure.
Run, right?
absolutely,
Yeah, bro. 10-4. I bet. That's it.
Well, that's it. Right?
Biggest lie ever told in the
No,
cannabis
people think that
industry.
too, and they'll ask, and it's
Yeah.
fine. Like I understand if you don't know, then you don't know. But they're like, okay, I grow, I have this much, and then people are telling me I should keep all this other stuff that normally I would throw away, or I don't know what you would use this other stuff for. I'm told if I press it, we're talking a few years ago, right?
Yeah.
But still, like if I press
there
it,
was a way to
I'm
turn
gonna get
money out of it.
8 grams out of an ounce of it, and I'm just like, whoa, like you're not going to get a 25 to 30% return. You're going to get a maybe 0.5%. We're like,
Yeah.
if we get a gram out of your ounce,
Great.
that's great, and it's not going to look good, and it's not going to,
We're going to work for that gram.
it almost like it's not worth it, right? So I kind of liked how flower rosin or just making rosin in general, that was kind of the deal, is like, if you're pressing crap, it did taste like popcorn or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I would press some nice buds that people that smoke flower would be like, you're just gonna press that? Like that's a gorgeous bud.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, well, you're just gonna rip it apart and smoke it
I
in a
wanna
blunt.
dab that.
Yeah.
But I understand. I know there's the allure
I'm
of
giving it a
rolling
better,
the blood and
yeah.
and I'm just gonna take it and fucking smush it. But the oil was proper. We were pressing nice buds. We were getting tasty flower rosin. Does it compare to the hash rosin? Obviously not, because this is a whole other level. But it was,
It was the introduction to the fire
Doing it
in, fire
yourself,
out
too.
method.
yeah,
too. Like
Yeah, oh, yeah.
that's
exactly.
true.
Like
I
the
was-
true
it's-
fire in, fire
It's
out.
not it's like pressing your bud in as like making it flower rosin isn't a way of testing the THC, but like if flower makes good flower rosin, it's probably some good shit.
But that
Like
part.
it's
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have
not a
things that
tried
just
and
press
true
well
test, but
regardless
yeah.
because
you always say pinks do well.
But and I
Yeah.
always found
There's so many
pinks. and-
variables that I find that go into it. Like I've never pressed once in my life, but as a lurker from the outside, from what I understand, it's trichome production, it's
Well,
moisture content, it's a whole bunch of different
Yeah.
it's
things
even
that
going to
go
be
into
like
it.
now they grow, like growers who grow only to then wash to then,
I
because
know
some
some
of
of
this
them.
stuff can be amazing, can wash pretty well too, or be disappointing with the wash, but can even almost be all right with wash, but maybe not press as well. Or it's more times, I would say, probably not as great result with the wash, but you grow
Yeah,
it and you think it's
washing-
great.
finding
And your
washers
wash
is hard.
now, when you go to press, it's costing so much because your wash, you lost so much, it didn't produce like you thought it would. So it is tricky to find those ones that are going to have that
good
term
yield.
profile. It's going to, the good yield,
Yeah.
good results. And you got to take those chances because you want to have groundbreaking stuff and new things, but within that, you're gonna find sometimes
you don't get a lot.
It's not a winner, right? It's not a hit. You only get so much. So
even a layer deeper for the like the hash producers, if they have like a strain where they don't get a lot of return, but they get enough where they're still going to like put it on their menu and sell it, and it's like a hit, everybody fucking loves it. He has to tell everybody that loves it, who keeps asking for it, like, yo, it's not like
it's not worth the time. It's not worth the grow. It's like the whole thing. Yeah.
Enjoy that. Because it's never happening again. Because like it was a loss, not a loss for him, but it's like it's not a
feasible.
It's not. It could even be a good bud for somebody who wants to smoke bud, and you got a lot of it. But like to somebody who's just washing, it's like that's not a win, right? Like if it's gotta wash, it's gotta press. Right?
At the end of the day, it's for the like I gotta put food on my table type.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot from it, so it's like I'm glad that it's good, but like
and
great that you liked it.
Yeah,
those are the people doing the game, whether it's legal or, other end. Those are the people that are producing some of the better stuff because that's what their focus is on. It's not just I'm all aspects. Growing buds, pressing this, doing that, making shatter. It's like, no, we are growing this to wash it, to press it. That's what this is.
Do it. Yeah. Specialists will always be good.
Micro, like you guys were saying, for ordering.
Yeah.
Craft.
Right?
Yeah. It's like craft beer.
And it's good that they're being particular.
Good comparison.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like made by local people, and like you can only get it. Like you can't ship it. You can't get it from thing.
You get it when you get it.
Isn't there
might come back, probably
Milton,
won't.
like the Moon one or something. Like you couldn't get that from here. Like if you're here, you can't order it here. You'd have to drive to Milton and get it
and pick it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a cool time to be a smoker for real. Or,
it's cool to see it grow and. Yeah.
It's a good time for a lot of things, man. Like the amount of innovation that's come to the community and the amount of time that it's come recently has been pretty shocking. You know what I mean? And I'm happy of where it's going. And I think that's one of the blessed things about being part of Piffingtons right now too, is like, there needs a lot of improvement for like the way OCS is and whatever else, but we're also on that wave too. And we're part of it. And when everything is starting to fall into place more or less now, and the pace of it is very dissatisfying, but there are things that are happening in the right direction. And when everything starts to fall in place, we'll be here and we'll be solidified. You know what I mean? And with a culture forward mindset to reestablish the way it should be, kind of thing.
Yeah, hell yeah. I agree with that. It's totally
good. Fuck yeah. You guys want another dab at all? Or
no pressure.
No pressure.
Right now, up to you guys. How much more
do
we have to go for? Yeah.
That root beer was nice. Yeah.
So I guess you touched on it briefly, but in a nutshell, like what is the focus going forward? Are you thinking more locations? Are you thinking you did touch a little bit about
if the opportunities arise, my brother, that would be great. But I feel like right now it's more where we want to continue with what we have.
Yeah.
We've built a great base, and I think just us having more opportunities to have conversations with gentlemen of your like and other people within the cannabis community, man. Because like the biggest thing for us is to really kind of focus on building a brandship.
Yeah.
And that takes a lot of us being on the actual floor, talking to our customers, actually having conversations with the LPs. And
dude, that reminds me so much of the vibe of like Squish House. It's like educate the customer, talk to the customer, see what they're.
But it's for also us to continue to educate ourselves because it's such an evolution.
I learn stuff from customers all the time, and I've been here for years, man. Like I'm sure. You learn.
But just even amongst us having conversations, right? There's so much that I've been able to absorb from just conversing with you guys tonight, and just seeing the different things you guys use just allows me to see that there is even a bigger world. And for me, just that flower, like I said, man, just get my feet wet. But I'm just can only imagine where I start looking at other stuff on the OCS to see comparisons from what, based on what you guys had, your depiction of the, products compared to the stuff that I've tried from the OGs, right? There's going to be my education, my learning curve. And if we can get more people within using to educate them on this, that's what even like with our carts, we try to stay with live rosin more, not even the distillate. We stay away from that. It's just for me, like I said, man, it's a love of it, and it's just like now I get to do it openly without feeling any ways about it, right? Both like within the cannabis community.
Everyone leaves with a smile. It's something they're going to enjoy.
100%.
That's the objective.
You don't want to carry something that you wouldn't use yourself.
100%. Man.
The one thing I didn't like about some of you mentioned live resin carts. At first, I remember reading someone say live resin cart, and they were doing half distillate, half live resin.
So
I was like, what the hell? I was like,
you have to be careful.
Yeah.
And us as the
We
buyer
have to be careful.
Yeah.
Everybody's
It's like, I was like, why would you do that?
What?
Because even when we
Sometimes
go to
less.
purchase or when we're like procuring the menu and stuff,
Yeah.
you'll see a bunch of live resin carts that are sitting at a very determined price point, and then all of a sudden one sneaks in at this other price point, and you're like, what the fuck is
Things
going
will add
on?
up.
Yeah.
And then you start looking into it, and you realize it's a blend of this and that and whatever
Right.
else. Some of them are straight up about it.
Yeah, well, it says on the back, but
Yeah.
even like the main label it doesn't say. And it's
No.
like
And
oh,
some of them are not
that's
so straight up
sneaky.
I guess the other part of it is too for us to ask those questions to the LPs too.
Yeah,
because,
oh yeah,
like,
big time.
if there's accountability, like, hey, if you tell me this is this and I come back to find out this, then you're gonna have to make something right.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure.
So
About a lot of like friends turned me on to brands that were pretty decent too, like Beurre Blanc and stuff like that.
We
was
really
it.
like Beurre Blanc.
I love
yeah.
that shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't had
What did
anything
you think
with
of
them I
their
didn't
live
like.
rosin that came out? Because it was
Which one?
uh,
Because I was
the water, the loose one?
The,
it was
what-
fresh pressed.
Yeah.
I had to.
So there
Cold
was,
cure,
yeah,
but it was
the
was
one
essentially-
was,
it
It was
a
a
coin.
sapphire or
Okay, yeah,
something.
there's
yeah,
sapphire
so I had-
scale.
Yeah.
There was powdered donuts.
I didn't have that
and-
one.
Try that one.
the
Jet
sapphire
fuel
skull.
gelato
That was the
cross,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the jet fuel gelato crossed with orange cookies. It's
And then
powdered
there was that
donuts.
one, too.
That's
Yeah.
powdered
There was
donuts.
cold cure, and
yeah.
then there was one that wasn't either the fresh.
There was fresh press and
Fresh
then there was a
creme.
cold
Yeah.
cure.
The
I
powdered
had-
donuts is my favorite for sure. The-
Yeah,
Oh,
the
that's
jet
the one,
fuel-
only
the
one I
jet fuel
didn't have.
sauce.
Fuck.
For under Beurre
You've,
Blanc.
you've had that one.
Yeah,
No.
they,
Yeah.
it's they
Yes.
call it jet fuel.
It's
They
the
had
initial
it
one
under
that
the
turned you on
cross.
to it.
Have
Okay.
you guys
So
tried
they had
creme
his
brulee?
jet
That was-
fuel
I was gonna
gelato.
say the
So
creme
JFG
brulee, right?
I haven't
times.
got my hands
We all
on
gave
that
that
one, but I will
options.
keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
grease
think,
bucket.
I
creme
think that was
brulee?
done.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah,
creme?
that one's amazing.
Yeah.
I love
Yep,
the
that's
creme
great
brulee.
ad.
That's one of our favorites.
I still have it right here.
There you
Like
go.
I grab it regularly.
One of my other favorites is
I
Which
remember
one's
seeing
that?
The grease bucket.
Yeah, the grease bucket.
Yeah,
I-
pointed
I-
that out.
I love the
I was
high
watching one of the
elevator.
episodes. I was like,
They
that's grease bucket.
It's cool. I love hearing
just-
that people dab what we dab. They're like, yo, add some of that. I really liked it.
Who does that wedding pie?
That's the beauty of it, right, my brother? It's just,
yeah, that one's collab.
The collab wedding pie. Have you guys tried that?
no.
Yeah,
That one's
was pretty
that's
good.
honestly one of my favorites.
Nice to hear that Collab's doing some nice stuff because we've been a little hesitant just because
That's
like
so. There's a lot of.
I actually, honestly, like whatever people say, like, sorry, I cut you off, Johnny.
That's okay.
My
I was
bad.
gonna say there's a lot of companies I find where like they'll have only one product that I like, and all their other products I would never rebuy.
That's okay.
There's just like one diamond that they have, and I find that's for them. That's it, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
exactly.
I haven't really found another rebuy from Collab other than
so
the
what
wedding
was
pie.
it that you were standing behind?
The cold cure wedding pie number. What I don't remember what number it is, but it's a wedding
Number
pie.
6, I think.
Yeah, there's a
Possibly
cold cure
coming to
and
Piffingtons.
a
WP number 6.
there's a cold cure and a like a hot cure. I think like a jam,
Nice.
and they're both like I would rebuy them anytime I see them in the store.
For what it's worth, I always appreciate heads up in the DM. So
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
There's those were really good. I like those too. I also like their live rosin gummies.
Collab, I haven't tried.
Yeah. They didn't taste bad. They tasted pretty good actually. They didn't really. They were just kind of sweet kind of type thing. But yeah, they were good. It kept me asleep the whole night. I mean, I didn't really get high. I don't really. I don't. For me, I'm not really feeling the 10 milligrams. To do multiple to feel.
Yeah, I wish they would raise
The 10
that limit,
milligrams
especially
is-
on drinks. Oh
Well,
my
they've
God.
been doing a little bit changes now, which has been nice.
They fixed the drink limit. Like you
Yeah,
only buy like
yeah,
five
you
or
can buy
something,
more,
right?
48 now.
Oh, okay.
They went from 5 grams
I'll
for one
send it to you.
355 milliliter.
I'll send you.
Down
No,
to
they had one
0.6,
coming out. I wanted to
225,
talk about.
Okay.
grams of flour to
Oh, okay.
355,
That's
yeah.
amazing. Okay.
All
You can buy
right.
2 for if you want now.
Okay. Perfect. Basically, I'll get the prices a bit lower.
Yeah. Well, we make some jungle juice. I'll maybe show you guys that next time.
Yeah. So
Ask
You
your,
really need like
Yeah.
2-4 bulk pricing. You know what
ask
I
your
mean?
OCS.
that's
middleman
hopefully
to lower
that's
the
where they're going to
prices.
give us a break. Now we
Yeah.
give that a break, right? Yeah.
all right. Well, so where can they find you? You guys have Instagram.
We're on the gram at Piffingtons Cannabis Co. We're located at 3 locations: Milton, 100 Bronte Street, Brampton, 345, just between Queen and McLaughlin,
Yep.
and then Kitchener, northeast corner, in Stanley Park,
Okay.
200 Lorraine Avenue as well.
Awesome.
But I
Make
appreciate
sure you
you guys,
stop
man.
by. Yeah.
Thank
Go
you.
stop in
Tell them who
and check
sent
them out.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And subscribe to the YouTube. Check us out on any platform.
Yep. Check us out
That's
on
it.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Go get you some hash from Piffingtons.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
There's some glass from
Sincerely
Squish.
appreciate you guys,
Yeah,
man. It's
hell
been
yeah.
a pleasure, man.
Stay
honestly,
high.
thank you for that.
Welcome
That's it.
anytime.
Peace.
Peace.
I didn't get you guys to sign the deck here.
Thank you again, man.
Oh, no, it was awesome, man.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Happy dad, man.